1, fight! What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tournament Fights. This is episode number 84. We are doing another favorites episode from one of our favorite regular guests on the show, Mr. Jordan Owens, JPO. We'll be doing that a lot through the month of November, which you'll see, and then we'll get back to more kind of specific topics. But these are fun because doing these favorite episodes, they're some of my personal favorites because I'm going to see all kinds of crazy matchups because everything's randomized and you get matchups that you never expect to see anywhere else before, like only on Tournament Fights. You'll see. Just hang on to see those matchups. But I'm your host, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll go ahead and we'll get started. So we will start with the man of the hour, Mr. Jordan Owens, JPO. How's it going?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for having me. Thank you for talking about all the lovely movies I love. Can't wait to talk about Son of the Mask, Cars 3, Medea Goes to Hollywood, Jason X. All the good ones are going to be here.
There's some classics. And don't forget Biodome with Pauly Shore. That one's definitely
Biodome, Son-in-Law, Jury Duty. Basically every Pauly Shore movie will be shown tonight.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. So we also have joining us Jacob Barber. How's it going?
It's only right that I'm here. I mean, I am the best friend of one Jordan Owens. I took a quiz twice to prove it. And fun fact, we all know his favorite movie is Eternal Sunshine. Second favorite movie, and you can't dispute this because I'm his best friend, UHF starring Weird Al.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen it, so I might have to dispute that.
Yeah. But I had to make sure, though, that Jacob goes before Jordan tonight, so that it is JPO's episode tonight. So, for good reason, you'll see why. Because and we maybe less trash talking, maybe not. We'll see. But we also have joining us tonight. We have Chadwick and Carrie Webb. How's it going?
Hey. It's going great. It's been a while since I've been on Tournament Fights. Carrie's never been on, but I had to wear my Quacktastic shirt because this is a Jordan Owens episode, and we both share a special kind of love for Billy Madison.
You know who does it?
You hate it, Jacob?
I don't love it. I don't hate it. But I strongly dislike it.
Think of being nice.
It's nostalgic.
Well, at least you're not Malcolm Lay. I know he really hates that, despises it. So.
Wow.
Malcolm Lay also gave that Rebel Wilson movie from high school 3.5 stars. Michael,
I was like, what?
I don't get you sometimes.
Well, you just called him
Michael.
Michael.
We love him.
So.
I did. That's how little I get Malcolm that I don't even know his first name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, last but certainly not least, we have another guy who does love Billy Madison, Mr. Richie at Goodacre. How's it going?
What's up? Who's this lonely Mark? Yeah, because we're all here.
Only Mark.
Yeah, no, that's I do like Billy Madison.
That's not here. For the show.
Yeah.
Billy Madison rules. Jacob's objectively wrong. It's fine. Look, this is Jordan's list. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
He's gonna rap battle you in a second if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Watch out.
He's ready to roll. Yeah. But yeah, Austin's not here tonight. He's taking care of some personal business. But so I have to come up with enough charm and charisma for the both of us because he usually takes care of most of that. But that'll be all right. We'll do our best to fill his shoes. So, but I'll go ahead and
size.
Yeah, maybe not quite, but. But I'll go ahead and I'll explain to you how it's going to work tonight for any first timers, anyone might be tuning in that's not familiar. Basically, we just took 128 of Jordan Owens' favorite movies of all time. We already had part 1, so we randomized everything, and then we after we randomized it, we split the list in half. And the first 64 we talked about 2 months back, and then that this is part 2. So we will be doing the second 64, and they're going to be in complete random order. So you're going to get some wild and crazy matchups. Some might be easy, some might be very difficult, and you just simply vote, just round by round. And even if you haven't seen either a movie, you still have to vote no matter what. And just make up any reason. You can vote for literally any reason. You can vote because you like one movie better than the other. You can vote because you like the poster better. You can vote against a movie because you hate one of the movies. You can just like make up any reason out of thin air. Like, this is tournament fights. We like to have fun. We like a little chaos. You can be serious. You can be chaotic. Anything goes. So we have fun. So yeah. But I will go ahead and I'll bring up our bracket, and we'll see what we got here. All right. Okay. 1 second. There we go. All right, and then we always start, as always, at the bottom of the ladder. It's how we're displayed. So, Richie, you'll have the first vote. So we'll go ahead and reveal the first matchup here. We have 1917 going up against Heat. So pretty solid picks right there. So which one you want to vote for, Richie?
1917 is like, great movie, great, it's sort of wonderfully shot. But yeah, I just don't know, because it didn't come out that long ago, and I don't think it hasn't sort of stuck with me yet. Well, I'm sure maybe over time it'd be different. But Heat sticks with me. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, I'll go Heat.
Yeah, and Chad and Carrie will give you each a separate vote this time. So Chad, if you want to go first, which one you want to go for?
Yeah, sure. This one is actually pretty easy for me. I like both films, but one I really like. In fact, I love it. I'm going to go with 1917 on this one. I know Heat is a classic, and 1917 is a little newer, not that new. It came out before COVID. But Heat I saw once. I know a lot of people love it. I know it's a classic like crime movie, and I really owe it a second watch to see if it gets a lot better for me. But 1917 I saw in the theater. It blew me away. I am a sucker for that type of filmmaking. I really love like long tracking shots, especially if you're able to use it like doing like great action and stuff. And I think 1917 really did it, especially with the score, with the personal touch that it has with Sam Mendes and his I think father, grandfather, whatever. And I just think it's a really special film. And if Parasite hadn't been so damn good, I had wished 1917 would have won. But yeah, 1917 all the way.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Carrie, which one you want to go for?
I'm also going to go with 1917. I haven't actually seen Heat, and 1917 is a beautiful film.
Yeah, I would agree.
To be fair, with COVID, I've just lost all sense of time, so it might have come out early. It might not be that long, but
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
3 years.
Well,
I mean, other people lost their sense of smell and taste. Richie lost sense of time. It's
it's a weird.
It does different things to different people.
We got the COVID fog brain going on. Yeah, but Jacob, what do you think?
Oh, this is an easy vote for me, but not because one of these movies is bad. One of these movies I just haven't seen, and that's Heat. I haven't seen Heat, so I'm going to go with 1917. I think it's a really great war movie, and it's probably one of my favorite just movies overall of the 2010s. It's really great. So 1917.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Jordan,
if you're at home playing the movie tournament drinking game, take a shot every time Jacob hasn't seen a movie. You're going to be blasted by the end of this game.
Yep.
Now, even for me, these are hard because I didn't rank these like 1 through 128. I basically just jotted down everything I loved and whittled it down to 128. So even I got to think of this because I love these two. Obviously, it's why they're here. But yeah, I'm following the recent trend of what everyone's saying. Much as I love Heat, 1917 kind of did a number on me, man. It's a great theater experience. Might have had a bit of an advantage from that because it is a great theater movie. Yeah, I love it, man. Like kind of even Chad said, that and Parasite. It's so hard to say which one was better because they're different kind of films. But 1917, like I said, it bedazzled me. I really loved it. I gotta go 1917.
Is Bedazzled on your list?
Yeah.
No spoilers. No
28
spoilers.
year, yes.
No spoilers, yeah. But yeah, Malcolm is chiming in. 1917 came out in 2020 for New Zealand, so you got 2 years.
Was that?
And then also, yeah. But also too, he said that we all have a little charm apparently, so charm and charisma. So.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you. Look. That kiss ass was not going to make me like your movie taste, but I love you now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we just unfortunately didn't have enough room for you tonight, but we're glad you're in the chat though. So because you're always welcome. But yeah, for me, so I have a slightly hot take on it, not a huge one, but like I think that the one scene, the bank robbery scene, and the shootout afterward, it is like one of the like single greatest scenes ever put to cinema. But the rest of the movie for me just kind of falls flat. Like it's just, I don't know, just kind of some like weird lines, like she's got a great ass and like all those weird lines from Al Pacino and stuff. Yeah, but 1917, what absolutely blew me away, especially seeing it in the theaters. Like if you ever get a chance to see it on the big screen, if you haven't, like you definitely want to see it on the big screen. Like it's very cinematic. Just the whole like one shot take. Though there's basically one shot. There might have been one cut here or there, but it's basically a one shot movie, and there's an amazing score, but by Hans Zimmer. That especially that like during the night scene when the building's on fire and the soldiers are having to make their way out of the burning building while they're getting shot at is like one of the best scenes and scores for me. So yeah, I'll go 1917. So it'll be 1917 for the win here. Let's see.
That's the show, guys. 1917. Watch it tonight, Jordan.
Yep. And you're a winner. Yeah. No. But up next we have Serenity going up against Clerks 2.
Oh bullshit! This is us. Anyway.
Yeah. So Chad, you'll be up first.
All right. Yeah, this is actually pretty easy for me. I am a huge Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, and so of course by proxy, I'm also a big Firefly fan. So Serenity is easily, I think, just a really great sci-fi movie that I love. I haven't seen it that many times, but also Clerks 2 is not really like my style of comedy. So, and I'm not like that in love with Kevin Smith on the whole, even though there are some of his movies that I do like. So I'd go Serenity personally.
Those are fighting words on a Jordan Owens favorite movies list.
Yeah, right. Well, Carrie, what do you think here?
I'm also going to go with Serenity. Also, really big Joss Whedon fan. I really loved Firefly, and I think this was like the perfect movie to kind of cap off that show.
Yep. I would agree. Jacob, what do you think?
All right, so JPO, what was the drinking game tonight?
I don't know. I got to get in the shot already.
Well, just explain the rules.
If you haven't seen a movie, take a shot.
Okay. Well, what if I haven't seen 2 movies?
You take 2 shots.
All right. Well, I'm for no reason whatsoever, I am voting for Clerks 2. For no reason whatsoever, no specific reason at all.
No reason.
Clerks.
All right. Sounds good.
No specific reason.
Yeah. Jordan?
This is tough for me because these are like my 2 fandoms fighting here. Anything Whedon related versus the Kevin Smith world. And unlike Whedon, you can still be a fan of Kevin Smith as a human being now. So that does help. But if you're going by these particular movies, as much as I love them both, and I probably have seen Clerks 2 more, I still think I gotta go Serenity. I think it's a great film. It pulls punches you don't see coming here. It's able to kind of wrap up a lot of quick things, but consistently, it's a great film. I gotta go Serenity. And by the way, Jordan had made sure it was this Serenity and not the McConaughey and Hathaway Serenity.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I had to double check with that because there is another Serenity with.
Do you really think that's in my 128, Jordan?
No.
Okay, even though Jacob's the only human being that owns it.
But crazier things have happened on tournament fights. You never know.
Luckily,
but
I made sure Nathan Fillion was on the poster before I voted for it.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. So I was pretty late to the party with Serenity. I just saw Serenity this year for the first time, but I saw Firefly way back when, and for whatever reason, I just didn't go right to Serenity. But Serenity's great. Like, yeah, Nathan Fillion, he kills it. As Malcolm Reynolds, he aims to misbehave, and yeah, it's a good time. And actually, I've met surprisingly a good chunk of the Firefly cast. I mean, I met Nathan Fillion. At a Comic-Con, got a picture with him. Summer Glau, Adam Baldwin, Alan Tudyk. So I mean, like a good chunk of it. So they had kind of like an unintentional Firefly a reunion, like it just like a regular Comic-Con with all kinds of guests, but they had a bunch of Serenity / Firefly people there, so that was cool. And Clerks 2, it's a lot of fun. Like it's probably like at the like top 3 Kevin Smith movies for me. So, and my top 3 kind of rotate a little bit. It's hard to choose just one, but I'm gonna go with Serenity just by a hair here. So, Richie.
Well, you know what? I mean, Serenity's good and everything. You know, so I like it, but you know, I'll show some love for Kevin Smith. I love Clerks 2. I think I like what they did with the sequel. Still haven't like I don't know if the third one's ever like going to come out here in the theater. I don't think it will. It's going to be hard to. I'm going to have to find it somehow. Eventually, it'll probably come out on Blu-ray or streaming or something. But yeah, Kevin Smith these days makes his movies hard to find. So, but like Clerks 2 is great. Yeah, it's endlessly quotable. And it's something I go back to. I only went back to it a couple months ago. Whereas Serenity, I haven't watched for a couple of years. So I'll go Clerks 2.
Yeah. So the little love for Clerks, but it'll be Serenity. Moving on. So Serenity now. Moving on. We got The Sixth Sense up next. Going up against Gone Girl. All right. So this time it'll be
kind of similar posters. It's weird. Anyway.
I know. Yeah, it is kind of yeah. But this time it'll be Carrie up first. So which one you want to go for?
I'm gonna go with The Sixth Sense. This was not my first horror movie, but the first horror movie that scared the shit out of me when I saw it when I was 10 years old. And it's just been one of my favorites ever since.
Yep. It's a classic for sure. Jacob, what do you think?
It's been a long time since I've seen The Sixth Sense. I need to give it a rewatch. I've recently watched Gone Girl for the first time, and I think it's a great mystery. I love the performances from Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike. I think they're incredible. So probably just for the recency, I'm gonna go with Gone Girl because it's just more fresh in my mind.
Yeah. Well, JPO.
It's a toughie. I guess the one I'm leaning more towards is one of my favorite directors. It's not Shyamalan, it's Fincher, and it's not Bruce Willis, it's Ben Affleck. So I'm kind of just leaning towards Gone Girl. I think it's the one that I think overall is more intriguing to me, just by a little bit. And again, I've already hurt my boy Kevin Smith. I can't hurt Ben Affleck like in a row like that, so I gotta go Affleck.
Well, I know you're a Ben Affleck guy, so I figured you'd probably go for that one, as it was my guess. But
I had a dream the other day we met. I have a Affleck problem.
Nice.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Jordan.
Casey Affleck? Oh, the other way.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think The Sixth Sense is great. Funny enough, the first time that I saw it, I didn't even get what the twist was. That spoiler alert. You can switch it off now if you don't want to hear this. Go ahead. Okay. Well, I didn't realize Bruce Willis was dead the entire time.
What?
And my dad had to explain it to me. After a second watch, he's like, "You realize he was dead the entire time, right?" I'm like, "What?" And it like blew my mind. So when I saw it the second time, it really kind of changed how I viewed the movie. So yeah, But yeah, for whatever reason, I was just young enough. I didn't really like get it. But Gone Girl's great. Yeah, David Fincher is one of my favorite directors. Also, and this movie's really haunting. Rosamund Pike, she gives a really great, chilling performance, and yeah, some of those scenes, like the scene with Neil Patrick Harris, like his death scene gets me every time. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Gone Girl. So, Richie,
It's actually pretty tough. Yeah, I think Sixth Sense is still M. Night Shyamalan's probably one of his better movies. I think it's probably maybe his best. It was like the Hollywood sort of breakout for Toni Collette, who had previously just done Australian stuff. Yeah, and she's really good. Everyone's really good. It's probably one of the better, probably the most iconic child performances, I reckon. But Haley Joel Osment. But yeah, I think the one I go back to more is Gone Girl. David Fincher is also one of my favorite directors. I just I love the look of this movie, the way it's shot. I love the score by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Yeah, and Rosamund Pike just delivers a fantastic performance, and yeah, I think she's amazing. And yeah, I mean, yeah, and I mean, yeah, that while Sixth Sense is memorable, I think Gone Girl's more memorable, especially the box cutter scene. So I'll go Gone Girl.
Yeah, and also like one of my favorite trailers of all time too. The trailer for this movie like really stuck with me. Eventually, because we have a Patreon now, I want to do an episode with all of us just talking about our favorite movie trailers. We can actually play them and not get a copyright strike. So that'd be fun to do. But Chad, what do you think here?
Yeah, I actually kind of feel like going one round against Richie on what's more memorable in movie battleground right now. But no, it's like Gone Girl. I actually really did like. I think David Fincher's a really good director, and I really like Rosamund Pike in that role. She's so crazy, holy shit! But The Sixth Sense, it just to me, I think is just one of the greatest horror films ever. Like if you said that's the greatest horror film, like I would be like, okay, it's definitely up there for sure. It's one of the five that got nominated for Best Picture, and I think maybe it probably should have won over American Beauty. I'm not sure. I also really like that film, but yeah, one of the best child performances. I love Bruce Willis in that. Who we just found out who played the wife in the movie, Olivia Williams. We were just watching a movie with her in it, and yeah, it's just a really great cast. And this is the movie that took M. Night Shyamalan, and the magazines were saying he's the next Spielberg, and never really has lived up to that title. And he's never really lived up to this movie for me. I think it's still a classic. So, but I definitely get the love for Fincher and Gone Girl, because it was definitely a great adaptation. But I'm leaning towards The Sixth Sense personally.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't mean more memorable. I meant, look, I don't know what I meant. Anyway, Gone Girl.
That's fine.
It is for you. That's fine.
Yeah. But we got some love for The Sixth Sense, but it'll be Gone Girl. Moving on this time. Let's see. Up next, we have Inglourious Bastards up against Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
What a weird matchup.
Yeah, right. Very weird.
Gosh, this is tough.
But Jacob, you're up first, so you got some time, Chad, to think about it.
Yeah. No, this one's pretty easy for me. Because go ahead, take a shot if you're watching. Because I still haven't seen Inglourious Bastards. It's
man,
I haven't gotten to it yet, and for me personally, Monty Python is my favorite comedy. I think it's absolutely hilarious, endlessly quotable. I can turn it on anytime and have a wonderful time with it. So I'm gonna go with Monty Python.
Yeah,
Jacob's movie watching is kind of like my watching. I watch everything, but I also watch nothing.
Yeah,
I just watch what I want.
Yeah,
right. watch more dudes,
Yeah. Well, Jordan, what
was that?
Nothing. I'm disappointed in you. Someone else win the birthday quiz next year, please.
Stop inviting me. I asked you not to.
I didn't think you would do it 2 years in a row. These are the kind of matches that break my heart, because it's hard to say one's better than the other because they're both like masterpieces in what they're going for, man. Simply because Jacob didn't see it, and I'm just gonna even it up. Glorious Bastards. Yeah, that's my reasoning.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll chime in the little bit of knowledge that I have about Austin since he's not here. I know he's not a Holy Grail fan. He goes, forget the Life of Brian.
Yeah, he thinks Life of Brian is
like
better, which I can see the argument for. It's definitely a debate.
Which I absolutely love the Holy Grail. I didn't really understand British humor all that well when I first started watching these Monty Python movies. Over time, though, I really grew to love them, though. But Inglourious Bastards, man, that's at least top 3 Tarantino movies for me, or at least top 5. I'll say that. But yeah, it's really, really solid. I mean, Christoph Waltz as Hans Landa is just a really great villain. I mean, Brad Pitt kills it, telling everyone to get the Nazi scalped. And then also Eli Roth, I prefer him on screen versus behind the camera. I watch him on screen. Yeah. So yeah, it's solid. I mean, the cast just keeps going on and on. I won't mention everyone, but yeah, I am gonna go for Inglourious Bastards though. So, Richie.
Well, I'm one of those weirdos who likes Meaning of Life as the bit better out of the 3 movies. So, make it that what you will. I do like Holy Grail though. I think it is really good. But yes, my lesser of the 3, I do like Life of Brian better than this one as well. So, and I actually watched Inglourious Basterds a couple of weeks ago, and I watched it not for the first time, but I love it. And the cast is great, but also very eclectic, very interesting. I never thought I'd see B.J. Novak and Brad Pitt in the same movie.
You're right.
But I thought B.J. Novak would actually do more stuff off the back of this, but kind of hasn't. But yeah, anyway, this was the great film. Yeah, Christoph Waltz includes one of the better performances I've seen in quite a long time. So I'll go Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Chad, what do you think?
All right, I'm gonna shamelessly plug one of my shows real quick because over on the Dill Pickle Movie Network, we're doing Picture This. 2009 is the month for this, where we talk about Best Picture movies, and Inglourious Bastards is one of them. Nominated for Best Picture. It's a fantastic movie. It looks like if I vote Holy Grail, then it would be on Carrie, I think, at that point to make the decision there.
Well, it would be.
Yeah.
Because it would.
Well, it could be a tie.
It's gonna be.
Just go how you're gonna.
We have tiebreakers.
Anyways.
Yeah.
No.
We have tiebreaker rules.
Wait, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay.
6 of us. Yeah. So, Carrie, are you going for Inglourious Bastards, or which one are you going?
Well, Holy Grail is fantastic, and Inglourious Bastards is fantastic for different reasons. They're both classics. It's so tough. All right, because it seems like Bastards is a near clear favorite so far, I'm going to give an edge to the Holy Grail because it's just one of the most quotable, amazing movies, and I'm not sure if it's the one that George Harrison helped fund, but he helped fund one of them. The Monty Python's amazing. I'm going to
well, you have a little bit of power, Carrie. What are you gonna go for?
Also gonna go Holy Grail. Inglourious Bastards, obviously a fantastic movie, but usually I'm gonna throw on Holy Grail. That's actually one of my comfort movies. If I just need to relax or laugh, it's one that I'll throw on.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, years ago, I used to have some sound effects pack installed on my computer, and every time there was any kind of error, it'd be the scene with the killer bunny. Oh no, did you listen to me? Oh no, you didn't. Oh, it's just a harmless little bunny rabbit, isn't it? It'd say that over and over again. So that was always fun to hear until it got annoying. But
was it a tie?
Yeah, I thought it was.
So Jordan, it is a tiebreaker, and we have our first tie.
Oh.
Which one did you vote for, Jordan?
Hang on, this card coming. Yeah. So I get the tiebreaker.
JPO voted Inglourious Bastards because he was spite voting me.
And I voted
for not having seen
Bastard.
it. Yeah. So we got a tie.
Richie voted for Inglourious Bastards, and then me, Carrie, and Chad voted Holy Grail. So
Okay,
to
for some reason, I
tie.
thought that either Richie or Jordan went for Holy Grail. Okay.
No, but Richie has the tiebreaker because the way the tiebreakers work is we just
then it could
rotate it,
change.
starting at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, what we're gonna do? Yeah.
All right. Well, guess what? Yeah, I'm not changing my vote. So Glorious Bastard.
All right. So
Nice.
we'll be in Glorious Bastards. All right.
Can't lose here with these two.
Yeah,
Which is good because I think I slightly like the Glorious Bastards better. So.
well, you did vote for it.
Yeah. Right. So
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day versus something like it. Ooh. Yeah.
Interesting.
So this time it'll be Jacob, right?
JPO.
Okay. JPO. All right. Cool. JPO.
Two great comedies here. One of the many reasons I'm a huge Jack Lemmon fan. One of my favorite actors of all time. A great ending too, But I'm a man. Well, nobody's perfect. But then Groundhog Day is probably again the movie I'd go back to more. I love that setup here. Is a reason why so many movies still do that setup, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it absolutely does here. It has some really sad moments, but it's also hilarious. I just was reminded Michael Shannon is the guy that gets the WrestleMania tickets. And yeah, it's a great film. I'm gonna go Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And not Groundhog's Day because I lost the trivia point for saying hogs one time.
Oh my god.
Oh really?
Oh.
Really? Groundhog Day. Okay. Well, yeah, this one's tough because normally I wouldn't really think that some like it hot would be a Jordan type of movie. I just don't watch a lot of older movies. I've watched some, but I actually I saw this about a year ago for the first time, and I actually loved it. I thought something like it's great. Yeah, I wasn't sure because that was the first time I had seen Marilyn Monroe in a movie. I wasn't sure how she would do, and she did great. And then Jack Lemmon's always good. So yeah, but this one's really tough. But I think by a sliver of a hair, I'm gonna give it to Something Like It Hot. So, Richie.
Yeah, I love Groundhog Day. Yeah, I just love the concept. It's interesting. It's weird that it took so long for them to sort of capitalize on that sort of, and it sort of became a trend later on with Happy Death Day and a couple other movies. But yeah. I really love Groundhog Day. I haven't seen Something Like It Hot. It's one of my big blind spots. I'll get around to it. So I'll go Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Well, Chad, what do you think?
Fun fact: JPO did a debate defending Something Like It Hot. I remember that. That was pretty fun. Was that why you watched it, or did you see it before?
No, I've always loved this movie.
Okay. All right, cool. Anyways, Something Like It Hot is fantastic. I love Billy Wilder as a director. Everybody mentioned is fantastic, including Tony Curtis, who is the father of Jamie Lee Curtis. So thank you for that, Mr. Curtis, because Halloween is a favorite of mine. As much as I love
you and your wife and having a kid, Mr. Curtis, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
As much as Janet Leigh was his wife from Psych. Anyways, as much as I love Something Like It Hot, I think Groundhog Day is just an undeniable classic. I would feel myself probably going to Groundhog Day way more. I think it's just a phenomenal romantic comedy. It hits on the romance, it hits on the comedy, everything with it is just so fantastic. Like you guys have been saying, it has spawned this kind of type of movie that I don't think Something Like It Hot really has. So Groundhog Day, insanely rewatchable. Love it. So that one.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Carrie, what do you think, Carrie?
I'm gonna also say Groundhog Day. Something Like It Hot I watched recently and really, really enjoyed it. But for me, Groundhog Day is just a classic that I grew up watching.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob.
I'll go Something Like It Hot because Jordan voted for Groundhog Day.
Respect.
It wasn't a total spite vote. It was an even and out because I won them both last time. And a little bit of spite.
It'll still be Groundhog Day.
Well, this time it's because you voted for it, and it's the one that I've seen. I haven't seen Groundhog Day. Have not seen Groundhog Day.
Ooh.
With the Princess
Groundhog
Bride,
Day.
the Truman Show.
Oh shit!
I quit.
That's me first.
Now,
Damn it. Oh yeah, I think I needed to I take an intermission to think about this, but because this is really tough. These are both movies that are very high in my personal favorites list. But yeah, oh man, I think that I just grew up watching The Princess Bride a lot more, and The Truman Show is the movie that I've come to appreciate more and more as more times that I've seen it. But Princess Bride is just endlessly quotable. It's got a great cast. It's got a great book that it's based on. Like it's just really, really solid. And I think I got to give the edge to The Princess Bride. But Richie?
Yeah, it's hard because I can't use the logic. Oh well, one's been appeared in tournament fights a lot versus the other one. They both appear like every second episode appears. So, but yeah, I find myself. I don't know. I'm not as big of a fan of Princess Bride as other people. I'm sort of like also in that camp. I think it's good, but I do go back to the Truman Show more. I think Truman Show is just fantastic. It was ahead of its time as well. And I think it's a fantastic movie. One of these days, I don't know what fight we would do to have this to have those stars align. But one of these days, I really hope we get a Truman Show versus Ed TV.
There you go. What they did, I don't know if Ed TV's even appeared on Tournament Fights yet. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know where it would appear, but I'll go.
Once we get to best of '98 or whatever it is, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, probably. Right. I'll go Truman Show.
Yeah. We do have an episode coming up that's going to be movies that have never appeared on Tournament Fights before. So Ed TV might show up if someone decides to choose it, because we're going to take 4 people and we're all going to choose movies. So,
ooh, I like that idea.
So,
I can't wait.
I'll have to pencil you in for that one. But Chad, what do you want to go with here?
Yeah, these are 2 great movies. One's a classic. One's more of a newer classic.
At this point, we're old, dude. Not that new.
Newer is what I said. 10 years. Okay. All right. Fine. They're both classics. Whatever.
Yeah.
I want to debate. I beat Chad.
I think the Truman Show is. You nearly did. I think the Truman Show was ahead of its time, but I think the Princess Bride just even though I didn't really grow up with either of these, I still think that one is kind of it stands the test of time. That's what that one's screams to me. Is it's just a great classic fairy tale type of fantasy film that anybody can watch anytime at any age. The Truman Show has a lot of really great themes and really great performances. So it is tough, but I'm going to give the slight edge to the Princess Bride here. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also going to go with The Princess Bride. It's just one of my favorite movies of all time.
As you wish.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was one of the my ex-wife, me and her, we're still great friends, but that was her favorite movie of all time. So we had Princess Bride stuff all over our apartment, everywhere. So, but Jacob, what do you think?
This is how close this was. So I looked up my list of my favorite movies of all time, and as you can see, Princess Bride and Truman Show are right next to each other.
Oh man,
I love both these movies. JPO, finally 2 really solid choices. It just sucks that they're going up against each other.
What a backhanded compliment.
Sorry, did I leave that part out? That I've seen.
Yeah.
So, but they could flip flop at any time. I think both of these movies are fantastic, but Princess Bride is ahead of Truman Show at the moment, so I will go Princess Bride. But if you ask me tomorrow, it could change.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, what do you think?
These are both so lovely, man. Big parts of my heart here. I will go. It's a little bit more towards Truman Show. It's the one that entranced me a little bit more. I love the concept. I think I even saw it first, actually, growing up. Funny enough. So Jim Carrey is kind of my goat right now. So I'm gonna go Truman Show just by a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we got some love for the Truman Show, but it'll be Princess Bride moving on. And Truman Show, it's actually won one of our tournaments before. Princess Bride has never
won
won
twice.
One, so yeah, it won twice. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, yeah, it's on here a lot. But next we got Zodiac going up against the Lion King.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Matchup. Only in tournament fights. I got to keep saying that. So, yeah, we're back to Richie. You're up first.
All right, this is a weird match. Yeah, like Zodiac's really good. Great, yeah. But I've only seen it a couple of times. But Lion King holds a special place in my heart. I think it was the first movie I ever saw in cinemas. Yeah, and I just love the story. It still holds. Whenever they re-release it in the theater, sometimes I go and watch it, and it's still a solid film. Certainly better than whatever they tried to do with the live action bullshit. Anyway, I'll go Lion King.
Yeah. Well, Chad, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty damn easy choice for me. I love Zodiac so much. Fincher. I'm not a huge Fincher fan, but Zodiac is one of the two that I absolutely love from him. That and The Social Network. Social Network would be number one. Zodiac would be number two. And I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but The Lion King is a classic. It's nostalgic for me, and it's just one that is so close to my heart. So putting them right next to each other, I have to go Lion King. It's the best.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Carrie, what do you think?
Also gonna go The Lion King. Zodiac is my favorite David Fincher film, and it's one of my favorite films.
So good.
The Lion King has been my favorite film since I was like 3 years old. So gonna go with The Lion King.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a pretty easy one for me too. I think Zodiac is a great movie, but Lion King, it's in my top 5. I've talked numerous times about what the movie means to me, just on a personal level. I've been watching it so much since I was 5. It's one of those movies for me. So The Lion King.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, what do you think? And you are muted. Right?
I'm sorry. This is kind of awkward because you double checked Serenity, but you never double checked which Lion King I wanted.
Yeah, right. Shoot, awkward.
I like you took that for granted. You're like, I know it's not the new one for this one.
Yeah.
Lion King 1.5.
I was about to say, if it was the new one, I'm just hopping off right now.
Yeah.
And our best friendship is revoked.
Yeah.
Carrie wanted to share to show off her Hakuna Matata shirt.
Wearing this under my sweatshirt.
You're both rocking the right kind of t-shirts tonight. Yeah.
At least you would have been Lion King. It would have been awkward if you said Zodiac and had that shirt on.
Yeah.
Look, I'm rocking the Zodiac shirt.
Yeah.
I love Zodiac. Great, just a huge, great cast there at play. Even smaller parts for John Carroll Lynch and Jimmy Simpson. And again, great Fincher flick. But yeah, Lion King in it has my heart. I do think it's a bit of a better film here than the overall. So I gotta go Lion King.
Yeah. So I'm a huge David Fincher fan. That movie's great. Like, yeah, I love Jake Gyllenhaal's performance in it. And then you mentioned John Carroll Lynch. I was going to bring him up because he's a very underrated actor. Like, he comes from like the Drew Carey show, but he has some.
Let's say Drew Carey's cross-dressing brother.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but then he has some like pretty memorable roles in like this, and then there's like a really good episode of The Walking Dead that he appears in too. It's like
stop saying things I'm thinking. Yeah. That's the next thing I was thinking.
He's the husband of Fargo too. So
Was he the
Fargo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so like he's really
he was also in that one movie
actor that you haven't seen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Be involved.
Yeah. But Zodiac had to go up against the Lion King, and Lion King's as far as animated movies go, I'll say top 5 for sure. And it has my favorite Disney song with the Circle of Life. That song's a banger. I'll listen to that song all day, and yeah, it's great. And not to mention like other songs in the movie that are really great too. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lion King.
Do you have an animal that you hold up when you listen to it?
No, but I need to, or I need to have like a child I can hold up.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, but
let's get a child just for that.
Yeah,
He
right.
listens to Waves on a walk and just steals an animal that comes by.
Yeah, just like finds a stray cat and just holds it up.
Just give him
Puppy dad.
Yeah, yeah. But got the Lion King. Next we got Jojo Rabbit. And we got Home Alone.
If only Malcolm was on this list. On this
I know, right? Serious. Well, Chad, you're up first. So which one do you want to go?
Kind of funny. The other kid from Jojo Rabbit took over the new Home Alone franchise.
Yeah, right.
Let's not call it a franchise yet.
I'll go ahead and bring up another thing that Jordan and I also debated Home Alone in our debate. I had Home Alone 1, he had 2. And that was a pretty fun fight.
Guess who won that one?
I need to watch that. I'm a huge Home Alone guy. But.
Yeah, check out that debate. It was really fun. Yeah, I'm going Home Alone. It's pretty easy. It's right up there with The Lion King for me as like one of my favorite all-time movies. I'm a big Christmas guy. I love watching Christmas movies, and Home Alone is like top like 3 for me. It might be number 1. I just adore it. You know, he knocked it out of the park with child performances. Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern are just amazing as the criminals in it, and it's just such a fun, cute film. And then how the hell they got John Williams to do the score? That just made the movie. It's not as good of a movie if it doesn't have that score. That really. And every time I'm watching Harry Potter, I get Home Alone vibes, and Home Alone, I get Harry Potter vibes. But I do love Jojo Rabbit. I want to throw some love for that. I wish it didn't go up against Home Alone, because I think that's one of the greatest like films, depicting like, the Holocaust and stuff like that. Because how he blended like the drama and the comedy, Taika is just fantastic at doing that. So I love that film. But yeah, Home Alone, easy win for me.
Yeah. Well, Carrie, what are you gonna go for?
I'm also gonna go Home Alone. And Jojo Rabbit is just an amazing, incredible film, but I really have only seen it the one time. Home Alone, I've seen, every single holiday season
because of me. Yeah,
forced you to watch it. Nice, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
One of these movie titles describes my life, and it's not Jojo Rabbit. So, maybe it's just 'tis the season, but I'm leaning towards Home Alone right now. Also, I've seen it more. Jojo Rabbit, I've only seen it a couple times since it came out. Home Alone, it's a constant rewatch at Christmas time, so I will also go Home Alone.
That ScarJo performance is incredible.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, you do have the hood on, kind of like 8 Mile. We could call you B Rabbit instead of Jojo Rabbit, right? Yep.
Lose no McCaffrey.
Yeah, but
there's nobody.
JPO, what do you think?
I'm Home Alone.
Obviously, I love Home Alone, but I would have gone Jojo Rabbit, man. I think it rules in that perfect balance of humor, heart, devastation, humanity, even the smaller parts with Sam Rockwell towards the end here, what he does. I'm absolutely enthralled by this movie here. As much as I love Home Alone, Jojo Rabbit is where my heart goes to. So I'm sad by this one.
Thomas and Mackenzie here, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Jordan, why you got to do us like this? Because this is my favorite director of all time, going up against my favorite Christmas movie of all time. This is not easy, but Home Alone is the movie that I've seen more than any other movie ever made. I've seen it almost 200 times. I can quote it from beginning to end, every single word. Like I can be that annoying guy that will like sit next to everyone in the group and I'm quoting everything. But like even like the little like subtle lines too. Like me, and my siblings will like throw it out whenever we have pizza.
You have to pay for your pizza, sir.
Yeah, Yeah, right. Yeah, like quick, somebody get a plate. Ugh, I'm gonna puke. But yeah, I have so much love for Home Alone, but I also have a lot of love for Jojo Rabbit. I saw this movie 3 times when it was in theaters, and the first time that I saw it because for whatever reason I was working at a movie theater, so I got free movies, but I was living outside of Seattle, Washington, and for whatever reason they weren't playing it at our theater, even though I was working at like one of the bigger AMC's that they had in the area, but it just wasn't playing. So I drove like 45 minutes to go see this movie, and then we finally we got the movie a couple weeks late, and so once it came to my theater, I saw it 2 more times. But
it's more of an indie film until it got like the awards buzz.
Yeah, I think so. But I got to go Home Alone here. So yeah, it's Home Alone. But Richie?
Yeah, I guess like I need to watch Jojo Rabbit again. I it didn't hit me as much as other Tiger stuff. I just think in my sort of my opinion, like, it's just like mid tier Tiger for me. But I need to watch it again. But yeah, Home Alone again, probably much like Lion King, is sort of part of got a lot of nostalgia for it. And I watch it every Christmas. And I think it's just fantastic film. And it holds up all these years later. So I'll go Home Alone.
Yeah. There are 15 people in this house. You're the only one that has to cause trouble, right? There's so many just obscure lines from that movie. Could quote all day, but moving on, we have Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers going up against Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh,
all right. And I believe this time it is Carrie up first. So
okay, you got. Yeah, I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Just absolute classic movie.
Yep. Sounds good. Jacob.
Lord of the Rings, because it's Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Yeah, that's all you need to say. Yep. Jordan?
I'm going to go Slumdog Millionaire, and you can't prove it's out of spite. You just can't do it. You can't prove it.
Okay. Well.
Nobody can speculate.
Yeah, right. Well, I still haven't seen Slumdog Millionaire, so I can't really say much about it. I've seen like some bits and pieces because I've caught it on TV once or twice, but I haven't really seen it all the way through. So, but yeah, Lord of the Rings is just Lord of the Rings, and The Two Towers, I think, is the best of the three. So I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings. Richie?
Yeah, Slumdog Millionaire is pretty good. But I love Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. And I'm not even a huge Lord of the Rings guy, but The Two Towers is like it is really good. I have to concede that. So I just love everything about it. So I'll go The Two Towers.
Yeah, sounds good. And Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Slumdog Millionaire is one of the ones that came out, and just kind of like hit at the right time. But it feels like since it won Best Picture, like no one really talks about that movie anymore. It just hasn't really like held in like the cultural like conscious of film fans, I guess. So no one goes like, Slumdog Millionaire is in my top 10. It just doesn't really do it. But like Lord of the Rings, like it's like a lot of people's top whatever, and especially The Two Towers is I think I don't want to say like most people's, but a lot of people's like number one. It's not my favorite, but it's still a fantastic film. It's like people have been saying, it's Lord of the Rings. So yeah, I expected a sweep, but I think there's something sus going up there with JPO. But
maybe we'll see. Because Slumdog is in his top whatever. So yeah,
that's true. He does love it. That's right. That's
yeah. So
I'll rewatch
Lord of the Rings. Yeah. But next we got Billy Madison. So
yay!
You got the shirt on.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What's it going up against?
It's Monster.
All right.
So it'll be Jacob up first.
Oh, Jacob, what are you going to go for?
Jacob, wonder where you're going with this.
Yeah, I wonder.
I don't even know why you're asking. One of these is a great movie, and one of these is a movie. Monsters Inc. Let's move on.
Yeah. Jordan, what do you think?
One of these is a great movie. This other one is even greater because it's got all Veronica Vaughn.
Yeah.
So hot.
I can go for the next hour just quoting this movie here.
Yeah.
I do love Monsters Inc. Again, it's hard to compare these two. And again, is it like 10% spite? Yes, but 90% because I love Billy Madison. Billy Madison.
Yeah, like this is one of those movies of Billy Madison that I quote in just like everyday conversations. I like go to my nieces and nephew. Now you're all in big trouble. Start like just like throwing dodgeballs and all that. We have fun times, but and then yeah, like all the Veronica Vaughn stuff that, and the Chris Farley where it's like we got it on. Woo! Like,
No, you didn't.
it's fun stuff. Yeah, no, you didn't. But you can imagine what it'd be like if we did. Yeah. So yeah, like it's endlessly quotable. It's my favorite Adam Sandler movie of all time, hands down. I love Billy Madison to pieces. Monsters Inc. is great, and if it's going up against a lot of these, like maybe Slumdog Millionaire or something, I would vote for it. But I got to go Billy Madison here. So, Richie.
You get out there and you find that fucking dog.
Yeah, right. The puppy who lost his way.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
The grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Let's go. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll take that as your vote. Chad.
Yeah.
This one's interesting because Monsters Inc. I don't know. You could probably argue is the better film just overall. I think Jacob did. But Billy Madison is just such if you grew up at the time when this movie came out, yeah, it's so quotable, so nostalgic. For the longest time, it was my favorite movie of all time. And it's just an Adam Sandler classic. A lot of people I think like Happy Gilmore more than this one. But for me, it's just this is the one that I adore so much because it's so quotable. I just love the concept. I don't know, everything about this movie. So it's easily going to be Billy Madison for me. Like, you know, it's quacktastic.
Yeah.
Quack.
Jacob's living the will to live.
Rewatch it.
Also, too, the principal used to be a wrestler. Come on, you're a wrestling fan, Jacob.
Yeah. It's
right.
what was his name? I knew that's some trivia.
I forget.
Bob?
Yeah.
Just because a wrestler is in a movie does not mean the movie is good.
Yeah, but he does some crazy things. Like when he gives Billy a Valentine that just says, "P.S. I'm horny" on the bottom of the yeah.
I also wanted
like
to throw
waving at him.
I adore Monsters Inc. too, because that's one of the ones that I saw in the theater when I was really young, like 11 or whatever. And oh my God, it's so great. But Billy Madison is so nostalgic for me.
We must be the same age. How old are you, Chad?
32.
Hey, we're the same age.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There
I'm 33.
you go.
I think, and also Jacob is about 32, 33.
1990.
Make me feel old. I'm like the old geezer here tonight. But
1990 was such a good year.
Yeah, but
89.
I was put on this earth.
That.
It's obviously a great year.
89.
Yeah.
Just, that was the cream of the crop.
Yeah. But Carrie, what do you think here?
I'm also gonna go Billy Madison.
Interesting.
Monsters Inc. is fantastic, but Billy Madison, honestly, I'm just laughing.
He's got to take a break.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
Billy Madison's amazing.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. Well, it'll be Billy Madison, and I don't know where Jacob went, but it's Billy Madison.
He doesn't have to vote for a while, right?
Yeah. Billy passed the third grade. Oh, what a glorious day! Yeah. Oh, passing third grade, the Billy Madison way. Yeah.
Rock on!
Rock on! Yeah. So up next we have Warrior going up against Eternal Sunshine. Ooh, here it is.
No, I don't trust you guys.
Only little Debbie can make me happy now.
Yeah, right.
By the way, they need to make these year round. I don't care that they're Christmas trees.
Yeah, I'm
they
with
need
you.
to make them year round.
I wish I had.
And I don't even care about the Christmas part. I just think they're good.
Yeah.
And also, they have an ice cream version, so it's a shameless plug for Snack Hero. Stay tuned for the Little Debbie ice cream cake version. So, but Jordan, what are you gonna go for? I wonder. Gee. Wait,
I love Warrior.
Okay.
I literally was just like, what do I say here? I love Warrior, but yeah, I mean, you put the damn spotless in the title. Just know because you know me.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yep.
And everything.
I know
so, is a poster of it also on my wish list on my Amazon? Yes, because it's an alternate poster I don't have yet. Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. It's in the title there because I knew it. I knew it was his favorite, along with this guy here.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Why did we just lose all the viewers we had?
Yeah, right.
Your channel just got taken down. YouTube said, "Sorry, you violated."
Yeah,
you dreamed about meeting Ben Affleck. I didn't dream about that.
Yeah, right. But yeah, like, sorry, Jordan, I'm not as big on Eternal Sunshine. I think it's fine, but I just don't have the love that that a lot of people have. But Warrior, though, I do have like so much love for Warrior. Warrior freaking rocks. I mean, Tom Hardy, Joe Edgerton, and also Nick Nolte gives like a really amazing performance in this too. So yeah, like this is the movie that got me watching more MMA and like martial arts type of things. Like after seeing this, because I was kind of like a very lukewarm fan of it. So yeah, I'll go Warrior. But Richie.
Yeah, I love Warrior. I'm a big MMA guy. So this appealed to me. And also it's got Kurt Angle in it, so it also appealed to me in that respect too. And I really dig the story. Look, I'm not even doing this to throw JP a bone. I really love Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I think it's I think it's fantastic, and I think it's a movie that a lot of people need to check out just because of the messages. And it's not the most upbeat movie, but you have to be in the right sort of
a little depressing.
No pun intended, mind. But it is great. So I'll go Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah. Well, Chad, what do you think here?
In a pretty recent rankum, Warrior came up, and I had said I hadn't seen it. I still haven't seen it, unfortunately. But so many people, there's a lot I have to watch for things. So I just haven't got around to saying, let's watch Warrior.
You know how it goes. Gotta watch all these movies for these shows.
This is the second time it's come up. I feel like it's something telling me I have to watch Warrior, so I'm gonna watch it soon. I just saw that it's on HBO Max. I'll check it out. Despite that, I can't say whether or not I would pick Eternal Sunshine if I saw Warrior, but I think maybe because I think Eternal Sunshine is just a great movie. I love what it says about like relationships and the forgetting people, and just like would you want to forget that hurt? Maybe the hurt is good for you. Maybe it's good to hurt and then learn. And I don't know, it just has a lot of really good psychology, sci-fi stuff. And I love this is Peter Weir, right? I love Peter Weir. No, this isn't Peter Weir, that's Truman Show.
No.
Who am I?
You're
right. Joe Bears.
Michel Gondry.
Yeah.
Michel Gondry, thank you.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
The director.
Because he also did
written by Charlie Kaufman.
Because Michel Gondry also did Kidding with Jim Carrey, which is a very good show. So it's just like when they work together, they just do some great visual stuff, great camera work, and just really emotional kind of movie. I really like it a lot. I need to revisit that one too, but I'm going Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, sounds good. Carrie, what are you going to go for?
I'm also going for Eternal Sunshine, partly because I haven't seen Warrior, or mostly because of that, so I can't really judge. But also, Eternal Sunshine is just really a gorgeous movie.
We normally just watch the same stuff, so.
But there's some stuff.
Sounds good.
More you've seen that I haven't.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
I was all ready to just spite vote against Eternal Sunshine no matter what came up. This isn't a spite vote. This is just me liking Warrior more. I think Warrior is a fantastic movie. I think Joel Edgerton, Tom Hardy give fantastic performances. Nick Nolte as the dad. And Kurt Angle, like one of the best like non-speaking roles. He just goes in and does what he does best, and that's just kick ass. Eternal Sunshine is great. It's also one of my favorites. But Warrior is what is my favorite sports movie and my favorite sports drama. I can't recommend it enough. So Jordan, this isn't a spite vote. This is just me voting for what I like more, and that's Warrior.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yep. It doesn't matter because it'll be Eternal Sunshine.
The next round is going to be a spite vote.
Right.
Let's do Heartbreakers to get out.
Goes up against.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We got Scream going up against. You've got Mail.
I better not be a spite vote.
Yeah, which is a weird matchup again, but
don't you dare, Jacob. If it comes down to you don't anyway. Cool. Anyway.
Yeah, and to me first this time, I think so. This one's pretty easy. Like I'm just not really a big fan of You've Got Mail. I think it's fine. I mean, I don't dislike it. I just don't like. It's a movie. It's there. So, but Scream is my favorite horror franchise of all time, and I think the first one is the best one for sure. But I mean, I like them all. Like I'll defend like even some of the lesser ones, like Scream 4, some of those. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go for Scream. Yeah, Richie.
It says a lot about the time that You Got Mail was made, because I don't know if I'd ever be able to like form a relationship via emails. I've got like over like 30. Like it feels like over like 20,000 unread emails. So I'm pretty sure I would be pretty neglectful. But yeah, the movie's fine. I like the movie. It's pretty charming, and yeah, like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan have great chemistry because that they've I mean, yeah, they've done like 3 movies together. So, yeah, like obviously the studios saw that as well. But yeah, Scream. If you know anything about me, Scream is one of my favorite movies of all time. I just love, I love the meta-ness of it. I just, it combines like all the things I love, like horror, bit of comedy, and sort of your murder mystery slasher. So I think this is really well done. And yeah, like I liked how back in the day, like when it was coming out, it had like Drew Barrymore on the poster. You're like, oh, okay, she's going to be the main person, and it just like does a bait and switch, and she she dies early on. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
Psych.
But so I'll go Scream.
Yeah, and also I think for like a horror movie, it has some of the best dialogue of like any horror movie that I've seen. Like it's really good. So, but Chad, what do you think here?
Yeah, I haven't seen You've Got Mail, actually. I do love me a good rom-com, and I plan to check this out. But honestly, it doesn't really matter because anything... I'm going to tell you what, like most of these movies on this list going up against Scream's probably going to win every single time because it is the film that got me into horror movies. It's still one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And it just does everything pretty much perfectly. It's a great horror whodunit. The performances are fantastic. It took everything from Halloween, turned it on its head, and just made it really fun with all the horror tropes. In fact, it uses the Halloween score in the movie because they're watching Halloween, and I'm like, you bastards, just getting away with using the Halloween score by incorporating it into your movie. It's just such a perfect way. It's a love letter to Halloween, but also just like, saying this is the new modern era of horror. And it basically changed the landscape of horror. Rest in peace, Wes Craven. He is a fucking master. So yeah, Scream is one of my favorite movies of all time. Easily Scream.
I also like the meta-ness of it, like where was it Jamie Kennedy's watching Halloween and he goes, Jamie, look behind you, look behind you, and he's talking about Jamie, he's talking about himself as well. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the few movies Jamie Kennedy is actually good in. So yeah, but we might have one or two.
That's not true. You look at early Kennedys; he's good. He's lost his mind the last few years. You can say that.
Yeah.
He's a good actor back in the day.
I like
Let's not disrespect Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
Do not disrespect the sand.
Traffic.
Okay, that's an actual movie about killer sand.
Yeah. But Carrie, what do you think, Carrie?
I'm also gonna go Scream. I'm a giant Scream fan.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good. Jacob.
Yeah, I haven't seen You've Got Mail, so I'm going to go with my second favorite Scream movie, Scream.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jordan.
Yeah, even this is slightly easier for me. You've Got Mail. It oozes charm. I love these two falling in love together. You even got some fun supporting characters. Dave Chappelle, Steve Zahn. But yeah, Scream. I kind of echo a little bit of what Chad said. It's like my horror film. It's one of the first ones I was able to see and fall in love with here. It still holds up. It was great seeing it in theaters a little over a year ago for the first time. It's gonna be hard to vote against. Might not happen, but not yet. Scream.
Yeah. Well, I know that You Got Mail is a big favorite of my parents. I know my dad's always said, because after he saw this, like the little bookstore in the movie, like he's always wanted to open a bookstore. That if he had any other job, he would do that. So, but yeah, it'll be Scream though. Moving on. Up next, we got Jacob's Ladder going up against Deadpool. All right. And this time, I believe it's
back to Richie.
Yeah, I haven't.
Back to Richie.
I haven't seen Jacob's Ladder yet. I know it's one of those big blind spots, but yeah,
You want me to go get it?
That's classic. I know there's a remake too, which I probably won't see that. What's that?
Yeah. Now, Jacob, are you gonna go grab the Blu-ray? Or you just grabbing the ladder that you own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you have to ruin the joke?
There's also another movie that I didn't specify if it was the original or this one. I just assumed.
I would have just left the chat if you'd asked me about that.
Yeah.
All
right.
I mean, honestly, the joke was lame, but it made me laugh harder than anything we've said so far. So, guess it was good. Anyway, I haven't seen Jacob's Ladder. I need to get around to it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Tim Robbins, so I'll get around to it eventually. Deadpool. Look, I think over time, I feel like I'm sort of liking Deadpool less, or whatever. I think it's just I don't think it's because of Deadpool. I think it's because like Ryan Reynolds sometimes has a tendency to, even if it's not a Deadpool movie, play a Deadpool light type character. And it is sort of like, I don't know. I'm sort of getting a bit over this shtick, but like I love Deadpool when it came out, and so so I can't really criticize the movie that much. I love I think it was it was almost revolutionary at the time as well, and like the fact that this movie might not have been made if that test footage hadn't gone viral. But I think it's fantastic, so I'll go Deadpool.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I actually saw Jacob's Ladder not that long ago. I'm a big horror fan, so watching this was really interesting. I also love Tim Robbins quite a bit. Shawshank's one of my favorite movies. This one I really liked. There's some really cool like twists when trying to figure out what's actually going on, and it is creepy and it's a really good like psychological movie. But I'm still also gonna go Deadpool. I think it's just the more like unique film. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool's kind of a character that was made for Ryan Reynolds to play. So it's just so kind of like iconic, him in that role, being really funny, being really meta. He brings the meta to it in such a great way that, it's just such a fun watch, action comedy. Deadpool 2 is really great, and everybody's so waiting for Deadpool 3 to come out when the Hugh Jackman news came out and stuff. So definitely great character that I can't wait to see like in the MCU and stuff. And Deadpool's just a really fun movie. So that one,
yeah, sounds good. Well, Carrie, what do you think here?
I'm also gonna go Deadpool. Jacob's Ladder is a really cool, interesting movie, but I don't know, Deadpool, I just enjoy watching a lot more.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jacob, what do you think? Are you going to vote for your own ladder? Or are you going to vote
I
for?
haven't seen my ladder.
Ah.
So, yeah, can't vote for it. Deadpool. I think it's just absolutely hilarious. I love it. So go with Deadpool.
I just got this vision of you putting up missing posters up on lampposts saying with a ladder saying missing.
Yeah. Well, JPO, what are you gonna go for?
I mean, I know my step ladder. I just don't know my real ladder.
Oh, okay.
Man, there's a movie called Jordan's Ladder. Yeah, I would have seen it by now. Get to it, Jacob. Get to it, Richie. I think it's great. It's a great horror classic. So twisty. Some great practical effects here. I love it to pieces. Yeah, Deadpool is such a delight. I'm so looking forward to the third one with or without Wolverine, even more so a little bit now. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jacob's Ladder some love though, because not enough people have seen it.
Yeah. Well, like I
So
have
that's a staircase and not a ladder.
Yeah, you call it Jacob's Stairs or something. Yeah, but so I have a slightly like hot take on it. I mean, I don't hate Jacob Ladder, but I just didn't really get it all that much. I mean, I like got what they were going for with some of the like psychological stuff, but it just didn't really hit for me. It's like I don't know, like I just really wasn't interested. About halfway through, I was just bored. Like I mean, I watched it all, but I kind of like didn't really feel that I'm interested in it. So, but Deadpool rocks. Like Deadpool is probably in my top 3 favorite comic book characters of all time. Like I have a big stack of Deadpool comics in my closet. Like they're just so much fun to read. Like he brings all the humor, all the violence, and they did it right with Ryan Reynolds and then making it R-rated. So and so we'll see what they do with the Deadpool in the MCU. I mean, I'm a little nervous, but hopefully it'll be great because we're bringing back Hugh Jackman and stuff. So we'll see. But I'm gonna vote for Deadpool. Yeah. And I think that's everything. So it'll be Deadpool. All right. Moving on, we have Marriage Story. We're going to Big Fish. All right.
Ooh.
Matchup. So this time, Chad, you'll be up first. So.
Yeah, this one is very easy for me. I'm gonna say it. I'm going Marriage Story. I love Noah Baumbach, and this one I just think like really depicts just a really, just like two people who just like I guess aren't really right for each other and stuff like that, and just like the acting in this movie is incredible. This is another one because that year, 2019, is so stacked. But like, if they had given Marriage Story that win, I would have been fine with it, to be honest. Because I just thought it was so fantastic. I have the criterion for it. Big Fish, interesting Tim Burton movie. Is definitely not one of my favorite. I would put it like on a mid-tiered Tim Burton, personally. I mean, it's fun. It's cute. It's like a neat little. It's got Ewan McGregor in it. It's like a neat little like fantasy film, kind of like The Princess Bride and stuff like that kind of movie. But Marriage Story is just excellent for me. So I'm going that.
Yeah. Sounds good. And if Carrie's there, we can come back to her. She needs a minute, but okay. Yeah, so
sorry.
What do you think between these two? It's all good. Marriage Story and Big Fish. What do you got?
I'm going. Wait, is it me or
did you?
Okay. I'm gonna go Marriage Story because I haven't seen Big Fish.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, it's solid. Yeah, I'd say check it out sometime. But Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, these are both really good movies. Marriage Story, I think Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson work really well together. Incredible acting, well written. Big Fish is a fun movie. It's I think one of Tim Burton's better movies. But I mean, I think all of his movies are really good. So that's really not saying much for me. He is my favorite director. So I'm gonna go with Big Fish on this one.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jordan, what do you think?
There's some hope for the fishes yet. Marriage Story is great. It's heartbreaking. Driver and ScarJo give some truly brave performances here. Between this and Jojo Rabbit, if you don't think ScarJo's a good actress, you're just hating to hate for hate reasons. And also too, there's a great supporting cast as well. Laura Dern got the Oscar. R.I.P. to Ray Liotta, who's really good as the other lawyer. No, you gotta shoot first. Going for it.
Yeah.
Big Fish, man. There's again that whimsy of Tim Burton works here better than anything else I've seen. Me personally, this is my favorite Tim Burton movie here. I know I'm not disagree with that, or do disagree. I love this movie here. I love Hugh McGregor's performance here. I love the way what you find out between the relationship between Billy Crudup and Albert Finney. I love it all. I love the whimsy. I love the reality. I love the intertwine of the two. Big Fish gets my vote just by hair.
Yeah. So I really do like Big Fish a lot. I think that it's a really cool kind of tall tale, kind of like fantasy story that his dad tells to him. It's a fun journey that you go on, but with Marriage Story, it's like you had to hit close to home, JPO, because like actually today is what would have been me and my ex's anniversary, which is good because we're still friends, so it's not really like a sad day. I actually talked to her.
Inspired her with a vote for Big Fish.
Yeah, but at the same time though, like a Marriage Story just hits so close to home. We had almost every conversation that they had in this thing. Like we went through everything. We just didn't get all the lawyers involved, luckily. But besides that though, like just some of these conversations that they have are just heartbreaking. Like the dialogue is just so good and like so true to life for me and I'm sure a lot of other people out there. So I think that I got to give it to Marriage Story. Yeah, it's just really, really solid. So, but Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards Marriage Story as well. But yeah, Big Fish is pretty good. I know JP is disappointed, but I don't. I have like that. I don't like. I understand Big Fish is probably one of more his Tim Burton's more successful movies, but it just didn't hit as much as Marriage Story did for me. But fun fact though, I think Big Fish marks one of the first films of Miley Cyrus, who's credited as Destiny Cyrus in this movie.
Little baby Miley Cyrus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but yeah, I love Marriage Story. I think it's it just feels like I just like the realness of it, and it's heartbreaking. You have to be it's one of those movies you have to be in the right mindset to watch, I guess. But I probably I like it more than Big Fish. So I'll go Marriage Story.
And if I wanted to be like really brutal to myself on the anniversary of me and my ex, go watch Marriage Story today. That's something I'm not gonna do, but even so, yeah, it is great though. I'll watch it again someday. But up next we got Thank You for Smoking going up against The Wedding Singer.
Oh man,
right?
I would have for that.
Yeah, so this time it'll be Carrie first. So what do you got?
I'm going with The Wedding Singer. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It was just happened to be one of the VHS tapes I had at home growing up. So this was in heavy rotation at every sleepover at my house.
Yep. nice. Classic. Yep. Jacob, what do you think?
Now, this is a great Adam Sandler 90s comedy.
Yep.
So I will go with The Wedding Singer. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore work really well together, and I think like of the three that they've done, I think this is by far the best. And I have not seen Thank You for Smoking, so.
All right. Well, sounds good.
It doesn't work, JPO, if you don't have an actual drink. Don't.
Yeah.
You can't tell other people to drink and then not drink yourself.
I'm not alcoholic, but still.
Fine, I'll have some more of my
energy
water.
Drink. Yeah.
Water. At least that's what you say at work, right?
Yeah. They don't
Water.
They smell my breath. I'm like, let me tell you something.
What's to be your
David for Smoking's great.
Soda.
Jason Reitman, I think his first several films are all really good, and he still continues to put up the good stuff. So that'd be a fun ranking someday. All Jason Reitman films.
Yeah.
Here is another one that's close to heart. I think it's A tier Sandler. That's why it's here. The best two rom comedy, I guess, of Sandler's too, because you absolutely do like wish for these two and hope for these two to end up together here. Like it's heartbreaking when he wants to go and tell her, but then he sees her in her dress and he thinks that she's happy, but she's only happy because she's thinking of him, but he doesn't know that. And yeah, I just love Wedding Singer. It's got to get my vote.
Yeah. Well, maybe someday we'll get a Jason Reitman / Ivan Reitman. Like we'll like throw all their movies into a tournament or something. But I thank you for smoking. I watched recently because I can't remember why. Like we had an episode where we had to watch it for something, so Austin recommended it to me, and it was really great. Yeah, the performance by Aaron Eckhart, like he gives like a really great performance. Like another one where the dialogue's just really well written, and yeah, like he's a pretty persuasive guy, and he's got a lot of charisma in that movie. But so does Robbie. He's got a lot of charisma in The Wedding Singer, and yeah, The Wedding Singer is one of the better Adam Sandler movies. Like it's just a lot of fun. It has one of the songs that like people always quote, like "Somebody kill me, please." Like I'm begging you down on my knees. That song. Yeah. And then like even like the old lady going up there and like singing like a hip and a hop.
Hip hop. You don't tap the right in the bank.
Yeah. And then John Lovitz too. Like he's losing his mind, and I'm reaping all the benefits. So yeah. I think I got to go with The Wedding Singer here. And like. Somebody's pounding around upstairs in the second level. I just heard like an explosion.
Oh, I hadn't voted.
But anyway,
hey. I didn't vote.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there's like still two votes.
On autopilot, Richie.
2 votes, right?
Yeah. Richie, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Like,
got distracted.
Hey,
what's
Elena,
going on upstairs?
you're a bitch. Like that.
Yeah.
You're a bitch.
You're a bitch. That one. Yeah. No. I think I'll give. I'll just say. Thank You for Smoking is underrated. I think it's really good. Yeah, it's a really good. Sort of commentary on the sort of the advertising industry. I just in the tobacco industry as well. I love it. But yeah, Wedding Singer is like a all time like A to Adam Sandler, as Jordan said. Yeah, the chemistry between Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore is obviously it's really strong because obviously they did 3 movies together. Ironically, like in order of release dates is how I ranked them. Like so the earliest one was Wedding Singer, then you go 50 First Dates, then Blended.
Easily, yeah. A tier, B tier, D tier.
Yeah.
F tier for Blended for me. No.
Yeah. So I'll go Wedding Singer here. I think it's fantastic. So
yeah.
So now you can move it.
Yeah. Well, actually, Chad, what do you think?
Yeah. Shout out to the mutants at Table 9. I'm sure they'll find love one day. And also,
love stinks. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna show. I think I saw Thank You for Smoking a little bit ago, but it's been a long time. We did just watch another Jason Reitman movie, Up in the Air, which is fantastic. For my show. But The Wedding Singer is very, very underrated. Even though everybody seems to love it here, I feel like people don't really bring it up as much as they should, as far as like being just a fantastic romantic comedy. I think it is a perfect romantic comedy because like people have said, you want these two to get together, and they're fighting against it because of good reasons, and their own kind of like psychological drama and stuff, and not really believing in themselves, or just being with one person for too long, and even if they treat you like shit or whatever, and it's just they just work so well together. They're both so sweet, doing things for each other, and just I think it just kind of like cements one of the like a relationship that you would want to be in is Robbie and what's her Julia Gulia. No, not Gulia. Julia, that's the correct.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic movie. I love it so much, and I also argued that it was so great on a debate before. But yeah, Wedding Singer, one of my favorite movies, definitely.
All right, so now we can move it over. All right, there we go. All right, so up next we got Wayne's World. Ooh. Excellent. Going up against Mystic River.
What a weird match.
This is an interesting one. Oh my god.
Yeah. So this time it'll be Jacob first.
Yeah, this is a interesting matchup. I think Wayne's World is really good. It's pretty funny. But I think the better movie is Mystic River. I think Clint Eastwood did a fantastic job with this, and then everyone involved, like, just wonderful performances all around. The scene that sticks with me is when Sean Penn gets to the crime scene, and he's just asking Kevin Bacon, "Is that my daughter?" Like, that just sticks with me. Like, I think that is just an incredible scene. I'm gonna go with Mystic River here, but man, this two good movies.
Yeah. Jordan, what do you think?
That's a great scene, but an even greater scene is when he's for some reason gifted a gun rack in Wayne's World, and he looks at it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, a gun, let alone one to necessitate a rack.
Zero guns.
This again is tomatoes versus potatoes. That's how opposite this is. Mystic River is great. So many great performances here. Jacob already mentioned that kind of boiling point of Sean Penn, given an A+ performance here. Tim Robbins. But man, my heart cannot vote against Wayne's World. At least not yet. This thing, I love it. It's the best, easily the best SNL movie out there yet. I don't know if I want a third, just because I feel like this is more of a younger guy's movie, but I love the first two a lot. Wayne's World, party on.
Yeah. I say hurl, and if you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours. But if you spew and she bolts, then it was never meant to be. Like if you have to spew yeah. Yeah, like Wayne's World is a classic. They're like probably my favorite characters in like all of SNL history. Like they're so much fun. And I also have not seen Mystic River, so I gotta
believe it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's like one of the few ones. There might be like 3 or 4 I haven't seen on this whole list, but yeah. So I'll vote Wayne's World. But I'll get around to watching Mystic River soon because it does sound pretty good. So, but Richie,
yeah, I must say I'm digging the Tim Robbins love. I don't know if that was intentional, but you know what? I think he's an underrated actor. And yeah,
I think maybe his personality in politics is what screwed him over the recent years. You know what I mean? Yeah, you look at it earlier. If you go just by work, like the dude's good.
Yeah. No, he's really good.
He's done a few movies, I guess.
Mystic River is kind of like a blind spot. I haven't watched it, but yeah, like I need to get around to it. But yeah, Wayne's World, I think I've talked about it a lot as well. Yeah, it's one of my favorite comedies. I just like the meta-ness of it, and I think these are two just great characters. Some of the best characters SNL's ever produced. One of the best movies that's come from SNL. So yeah, I'll go Wayne's World.
Oh yeah, but a fun thing to do on a date too, if you ever get a chance from Wayne's World, just go to an airport and like sit like right where the planes take off and just kind of hang out on the hood of your car. That's fun to do. I've actually done that. So, yeah. But Chad, what do you think?
The Shitty Beatles, are they any good? They suck. Okay, so it's not just a clever name then. The Wayne's World is definitely a classic. This is a very, very tough one. I think JPO is the one that said it's like two like opposite spectrum movies, but great for like their own reasons. Mystic River, Best Picture nominated. And this was one that I had to argue for against JPO, and it's the one that he won because he picked Iwo Jima. Which I still say Mystic River is the better film, but both were nominated for Best Picture. He got a point on me. But Mystic River.
And guess what? I don't think Iwo Jima's on this list.
There you go. So see, he's a good debater. Mystic River. do I go with like my nostalgic heart, or do I go with probably the objective better film or whatever?
I don't know. The tournament fights, so
there's been a lot of love for
Wayne's
Worlds. I'm gonna throw a vote to Mystic River because I think that one just really hits. Showing the trauma that you can experience as a kid, affecting you and everyone else around you later in life, and it's just such a powerful film. But yeah, Wayne's World, insanely quotable. Love it. Ugh.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, Carrie, what do you think?
I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna go with my nostalgic heart and go with Wayne's World. As Mystic River is a really fantastic movie, but Wayne's World, just classic, hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. Jacob.
It is Wayne's World 4-2.
Okay. That's right. Yeah, you voted first for Mystic.
Yep, I started
Wayne's
it off
World,
this time.
You didn't tell him about my pubes, did you? That was from the sequel.
Yeah, right. yeah. So, the sequel. Everyone asks what the sequel is about. I always tell them it's about Wayne getting Garth getting his first pube is what it's about. Yeah,
good for him.
I'll do it for that.
You always remember your first.
Move to the next. Yeah, good. Yeah. We have Hellboy 2, The Golden Army against Fight Club. All right. So it'll be JPO first.
Yeah, man. I always champion Hellboy 2. I not even like the biggest fan of that first one. The second one I just thought was next level. Beautiful practical effects. Like you can have to pause this film, see it a couple times, see all the background characters that are given thoughts too. It's got a great story. It does the right kind of T2 thing where it's a bigger story, better story, but still having heart, still really getting to know this character. Hellboy himself, Ron Perlman, absolutely shines. Yeah, this is great. This is honestly one of my favorite superhero comic book movies out there. It doesn't get enough love. That being said, Fight Club, it's a toughie for me here because I love the dialogue here. I love the cast. It's a play here, and it's Fincher again. Kind of right after 7, and when he's really figuring out just how good he is here as well. So between that, the Brad Pitt performance, just slight edge to Fight Club.
Yeah. This one's tough because Hellboy 2 is great. Like I actually just watched it very recently, and within like 3 or 4 months ago for the first time, and I also liked it better than the first one. Like it's really solid, and one of the few movies where I also like Selma Blair, where she's not making out with Sarah Michelle Gellar in the movie. So, but a Fight Club though. I was later to Fight Club 2. I saw that maybe 2 years ago, and nobody spoiled the twist for me or anything, so I didn't see any of that coming. And yeah, like it's just a really powerful, really cool, fun, funny in parts that movie. So yeah, I had a great time. Even Helena Bonham Carter, like she stood out to me too. So I think I got to give the edge to Fight Club here. So, yeah. Richie?
Yeah, like Hellboy 2 is great. Especially it's definitely a step up from the first one. First one I kind of found kind of boring, and then the second one I'm like, you know what, let's go balls to the wall and do and make this movie funny. And it's actually really entertaining. I really like the story here too. And so I think it's kind of underrated at this point, but I love Hellboy 2. However, I can't go past Fight Club. It's a great, it's a great film. Great performance by Brad Pitt and Edward Norton and R.I.P. Meatloaf. If you other people, and it's a great commentary on toxic masculinity. Even though there's a big section of people of bros who don't necessarily get that and still have the poster up on their wall. And I just think it's a really solid film, and it's amazing. We've broken it before, but this movie bombed when it came out. People didn't get it, so I'm glad it going to build up a massive cult following after the fact. So, I'm gonna go Fight Club.
Yeah, and shout out David Fincher again. We've had a few good, pretty solid David Fincher movies on this list. So, yeah. But Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, this is my hot take of the night. Probably, I think Fight Club's incredibly overrated. I do not really like that movie at all. The only thing that I like about it really is that it kind of repopularized Pixies Where Is My Mind, which is fantastic because I love Pixies as a band. That being said,
are you a big Orange Cassidy fan?
Orange Cassidy,
Yeah.
You won't get it, Riff.
No, I don't know.
He's just confused, Chad.
Hellboy 2: The Golden Army is fantastic, though. That's going to get my vote because it's just Guillermo, I think, really knows how to make a comic book movie, especially with this. Maybe not so much Blade 2. That one's okay, but like Hellboy and Hellboy 2, especially Hellboy 2, I think that is the right choice between them. And I love the creature designs that he does in that movie. It's just so cool and such a really good, fun story. And Ron Perlman is excellent as Hellboy, so I'm going with that one.
Yeah, especially anytime you have Doug Jones playing creatures, he does great whenever he has to play some crazy creature. So with Abe Sapien, yeah. But Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also going to go with Hellboy 2, mostly because I've seen pieces of Fight Club, but I haven't seen it all the way through. And Hellboy 2, I just really love this movie. I love like Hellboy as a character and this like Guillermo del Toro's vision in this movie.
Yeah. Solid. Jacob.
Yeah, this is a good matchup. I enjoy both of these movies. I think Hellboy 2 is a really good sequel, but Fight Club is just that much better for me. Like it's close, but I think the performances from Brad Pitt and Edward Norton are really solid. And I've visited the movie more often, so I'm gonna go with Fight Club.
Ooh, so do we have a tie?
No, I think Fight Club wins. Yeah.
Okay,
4-2 for Fight Club.
Okay, sounds good. Fight Club it is. Then we have Ray going up against Out of Sight.
Oh.
So
that feels mean. Ray and Out of Sight. Anyway.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a little mean. Yeah, but and also it's an interesting matchup for me. I'll tell you why when we get. Well, actually, I'm first, so
you're first. So you can tell us now.
So yeah, well, it's interesting because I haven't seen either one of these movies, so I have to vote based on just like whatever seems like a movie I'd rather watch. And
where's the outrage when he says it, guys? This I feel.
You take 2 shots if you want it for me.
Take your time. No rush, buddy. No rush.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I don't even really know all that much about Out of Sight. I don't even know like what it's about or anything. But like Ray, I feel like I do know a decent amount, and Jimmy Fox, he deserved the Oscar for it. Like he was like really really great in that role. So I think I got to give it to Ray. So, Richie.
Yeah, I think my dad owned a video store back in the day, so I think Out of Sight was there. But I might have watched it. I can't remember. But yeah, I've heard really good things, so might need to watch it again, and I might watch it the first time. I don't know. But yeah, Ray. I feel like Ray is sort of in the category of like Slumdog Millionaire. Like came out, got really good praise, and then people just sort of forgot about it. I think this is a really good film. I think Jamie Foxx does a phenomenal job. To the point where you can't see anyone else playing Ray Charles. I think it's I didn't know a lot about the story, but it's a fantastic story, and I really like Ray. I think it's underrated. So go Ray.
Yeah. Well, Chad, what do you think?
Well, Ray is one of the best films somebody ever saw. I don't know who that is. On the poster. Anyways,
right.
I'm in the same boat as Jordan, the one who hasn't seen either of these films. I also haven't seen either of these films. I've heard of both of them, and I would like to check both of them out. However, I'm going to go with Ray on this one just because, I really, really like Jamie Foxx as an actor. I think that's like where he shines. Like, his music's good, but like he really shines. Like, I love him in Django and Collateral and just like pretty much everything. Horrible Bosses, he's really funny in that.
Oh yeah,
Motherfucker Jones. Ray is one that I would probably want to watch more if I had to choose between these, just because I know a little bit more about it, and I've heard he's incredible as Ray Charles. So yeah, Ray.
Yeah, I believe that's Roger Ebert that says one of the best films I ever saw.
Oh, well, there you go.
so yeah,
I love Ebert,
but yeah, but
they missed out a part of the quote. The best film I saw this month.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they always take those out of context. Yeah, this one I've seen since last week. Yeah, but Carrie, what do you think?
Also haven't seen either of these movies, and I'm also going to go with Ray. I really enjoy Ray Charles's music, so I think for that fact alone, I would probably like the movie.
You're a big Walk the Line fan, so.
Oh, I do love Walk the Line. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, I did see the performance of Jamie Foxx singing "Georgia on My Mind." That was like really cool. So yeah, I've at least seen that. But Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I would highly recommend Ray. It's a really good biopic. Jamie Foxx does give a really good performance, deserving of that best actor. He was phenomenal. I haven't seen Out of Sight, but it does seem interesting. I think I've seen a scene from it, and it's like, okay, I mean, if that's what this movie is, then I'm intrigued. But haven't seen it. Have seen Ray. Really like it. So Ray.
Yeah, but yeah, Richie, that joke just made me laugh way more than it should have. Like when you're like Ray and Out of Sight, that just sounds mean. Out of Sight.
I was debating to be honest.
I didn't even hear.
Yeah. Yeah, that is like interesting matchup.
Wait, did JPO talk?
JPO, what would you have voted for?
Yeah.
Thanks for asking me, guys.
Hey, JPO.
For some reason I thought you already voted. Sorry.
No. I mean, I don't think it matters, but I would have gone Out of Sight just by a smidge. Ray has the best performance in it. Fox is absolutely stellar. It's the reason he won. Out of Sight is kind of slightly more of my kind of movie here. I think also the chemistry between Clooney and Lopez is off the charts, and it's got a great cast around it.
What do you like most about it? Like, what's a good synopsis of it, if you could? It's
an Elmore Leonard novel here of just they end up breaking into like Albert Brooks's house. There's a lot going on in it too. It's like a thief and she's after him, and just kind of go into as blind as you can. It's just really good.
Okay.
Like it's a great cast around it, and it's worth checking out.
So it's a good thriller. Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's a thriller with a lot of charm to it too, but it's R-rated, but not too,
Yeah. Let's check it out. Yeah, but we got the rundown up next, going up against the game.
So, a lot of Fincher.
Yeah, right.
I only realized that kind of recently. I was like, I guess I really am a Fincher guy, not even on purpose.
Yeah, right. Well, we're back down to Richie, so.
Yeah, cool. The Game is one of the such movies I just don't go back to it as much. I probably should, because I think it's maybe it's underrated at this point. But you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised that the rundown's on here. I still think it's The Rock's best movie. I think it's his chemistry with Sean William Scott is great. I mean, much like maybe Drew Barrymore and Sandler, like obviously they realized that The Rock and Sean William Scott had chemistry because they've done a couple more movies together. It's just a really fun action adventure, and I think it very early on in sort of Rock's acting career, it proved that he has we all knew if you watch wrestling, he had comedic chops. But yeah, I'm glad the broader population was able to see that, and he just has really good chemistry with Sean and Scott. Rosario Dawson's greatness, Christopher Walken. Yeah, I genuinely think all these years later, even though he's become a better actor, I think The Rundown is still a better film. I think it's a lot of fun, so I'm going to Rundown.
Yeah. Sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
I think The Rock's best movie is either Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle or Fast Five. That being said, I did watch the rundown actually for like a deep cut match, and I did, yeah. And it was an interesting movie. It was more fun than I thought. Sean William Scott is kind of like in the past, and I think it's probably makes sense. I don't think he would really work in today's times as an actor, but yeah, I haven't seen the game, but I think I still am going to go the game, even though I've seen the rundown, haven't seen the game. The game has, and the only reason why is because I know the game has a Criterion release, and so I'm like really actually very interested to check it out. It looks like it's a bit of a puzzle of a movie, so I'm just like really interested to check that one out more than I.
Well, Criterion likes it. I must love it.
That sometimes, but yeah, no. That's not the only reason, but my argument here is that I'd rather check out the game for the first time than I would watch the rundown again. I don't think I want to revisit the rundown anytime soon.
Well, Paul Sean William Scott, by the way, you fit in today's time. You fit in today's time. You are valuable.
Right.
You are worth it.
Like the movie Goon's good. Right.
Love you, Stifler.
Yeah. Right. Carrie, what do you think here?
I will go with the rundown because I haven't seen the game.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I love Dude, Where's My Car? So he's amazing in that.
Oh,
yeah, right. Yeah.
Sweet
Is that on your list, JPO?
Yeah.
No.
Oh
no. You think, Jacob?
You would think as a wrestling fan that I would have seen the rundown. I've never actually seen it.
Ooh,
Jacob, the game.
It's a great action ride.
Fantastic movie. Michael Douglas gives a wonderful performance in this movie, and it's full of twists and turns. And yeah, I had a really good time with it. One that I definitely want to revisit sometime soon. I believe I watched it on Tubi. I don't know if it's still there, but
Tubi.
Good old Tubi coming through again.
Yeah.
Well, you don't watch
Everyone's
great movies
favorite
on Tubi.
streaming
You watch garbage.
service.
That's the whole reason Tubi exists. You watch dog shit.
And good movies like this one.
Jacob told me on the game. He said it has twists and turns. So
okay. I don't know if I can handle both.
With a rundown, only twists but no turns. Right?
That's great.
Yeah, but Jordan, what do you think?
It's a tough one, man. Obviously, I'm a huge Fincher fan. I guess I should rethink about my favorite directors of all time.
Favorite of all time.
But yeah, I think the rundown still absolutely has held up and has kept me all these years. Like kind of like Richie said, you could say he's a little bit of a better actor now, but I think this movie is a great example of action, of comedy, of having some great, supporting characters. I'd love to that, like, for instance, you're seeing The Rock with a gun there. He doesn't touch a gun till like that last act, and then like even that's really ramped up in like a cool way. Before that, it's all just kind of hand to hand stuff. I'm gonna go the rundown because I don't think it's getting enough love here. The rundown.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, I saw the rundown 3 times in theaters when it came out, and it wasn't because I was dying to go back to see it. I just had people like friends and family that wanted to go see it. I'm like, I already saw this movie, but it was good, so I'll see it another time. And I actually like really I love the rundown. Like it's a lot of fun, and I've never seen the game, so I can't really say much about it. But the rundown also has Christopher Walken in it, also Ernie Reyes Jr., which I met in person, and I got my copy of Surf Ninjas signed by him. So shout out Ernie Reyes Jr. Yeah, so I'll vote for the rundown.
At the end of the rundown, Jordan Anderson was, or actually probably both Jordans were pulling a Citizen Kane and giving it standing ovation.
Yeah, right.
Vigorous.
Amazing. So, but what are the votes at here?
The game.
Okay, the game, right. Cool.
I'm pretty sure it's 4-2 for the rundown.
Really?
Okay, I was going to say.
Oh, wow. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Me neither, apparently. But
JPO said
I guess I wasn't either. I thought I was losing.
Yeah. No,
Me and Chad are the only ones that voted for it.
Yeah. What do we get? Iron Man. Maybe
Oh.
Chad first.
All right. This is interesting. Before Sunrise, I'm a big Richard Linklater fan. I love it. I love him so much. I love his movies. Iron Man began the MCU. So two great films for different reasons, very different films. I'm going to go Before Sunrise. I think more people are probably going to go Iron Man on this just because of the popularity. But I think Before Sunrise, I want to revisit the trilogy because I don't like the other two as much as this one. But this one is my favorite of the three. It is just a really fantastic movie. I love that it's just like over one night, this like two strangers getting together and meeting and talking a lot, and it's just, I don't know, this movie just really worked for me. Great romance. Yeah, Richard Linklater's the best. I'm going with that, even though I adore Iron Man still. It still holds up, even though it's kind of like outshined a lot by a lot of like the later MCU movies. It still started the game. So it's iconic for that reason. So yeah, I love both. I'm going Before Sunrise.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Carrie, what are you gonna go for?
I am going for Iron Man. This movie, just from beginning to end, is so entertaining, so action-packed, and has just hilarious parts. The relationship between Tony and Pepper Potts is fantastic. And yeah, I think if this movie hadn't been as amazing as it was, like, would we have the MCU as we know it today?
Probably not.
So.
Yeah, right.
You haven't seen Before Sunrise.
I also haven't seen Before
We'll fix
Sunrise.
that though.
Yeah, right. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I too have not seen Before Sunrise. I think Iron Man is a great movie. Kicked off the MCU as was mentioned, and yeah, if it wasn't the success that it was, I mean, we wouldn't have so many of the great movies that have followed, and Thor: Love and Thunder. So sorry, that was a shot at Thor: Love and Thunder. That was probably unnecessary.
Yeah.
Iron Man gets my vote.
And Terrence Howard is the best roadie too. So there you go.
Agreed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I was gonna mention that too, but
next
Jordan,
time.
what do you think?
Another tough one because again, it's like what is your favorite? Whatever your flavor of ice cream is, that's what you're gonna vote for here. If you said best trilogy, it'll be the Before trilogy. Because I think it's tighter than the Iron Man trilogy, but we're talking about the first ones here. So it's hard to say. Some great stuff I was listening to recently from Jeff Bridges, talking about like the making of Iron Man, how they still weren't done with the script while they were shooting. Doesn't show though, because it's a damn fine film. You know what? Before Sunrise.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. So apparently all my blind spots are over on this side because I haven't seen Iron Man. No, I'm just kidding. I've seen Iron Man. I haven't seen Before Sunrise. And yeah, so I need to go see. I haven't seen any of the series. But just a fun fact, I was looking up the cast for Iron Man. I guess Peter Billingsley has a small role, the kid from A Christmas Story. Has a small role
Yeah. He's one of the scientists.
So,
yeah, he's a scientist.
Yeah. So I had no idea about that. So I'll have to watch it again and see if I can spot him. But yeah, speaking of that, since we're getting a sequel to A Christmas Story, but
don't you see him in Spider-Man later?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
He's an elf.
Yeah. But yeah, Iron Man's great, and yeah, I think Terrence Howard was the better roadie. I just think that it sucks that they kind of had disputes over, I guess, like how much he got paid, or I don't know what it was, but something along those lines. Yeah, but and also Jeff Bridges, he was a great villain in that movie, so I'll vote for Iron Man. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm voted.
Yeah, Richie.
I thought I saw you moving mouse, like just making sure. Yeah. I haven't seen the Before trilogy either. I'll get around to that at some point. But yeah, Iron Man is still one of the better standalone MCU movies. I think it obviously sets up a whole entire universe that they didn't. I don't think they realized the whole scale of what they were gonna it was gonna become. But yeah, I think this movie's gonna go down history as being quite iconic for that reason. And it's also just a really good movie. And yeah, it's a good comeback for Robert Downey Jr. To be that sort of bona fide movie star that we all know he could be. So yeah, and I do think Terrence Howard's a bit of Bodhi as well. But I will go Iron Man.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of trying to decide if I like whether or not the seeing the villain be like a similar character to the hero, because you have Jeff Bridges being Ironmonger, and then you have Black Panther and you have Killmonger, which is like a similar one. They're both a monger, I guess, but so yeah, they do that sometimes in these movies, not every time, but this one actually I think it worked pretty well. So yeah, so Iron Man. Moving on. Up next, we have The Wrestler.
Yeah,
we went Saving Private Ryan. Ooh. So, and I believe this time it is Carrie first. So, I'm gonna go for.
I'm gonna go with Saving Private Ryan. It's just a really beautiful film. Really fantastic story.
Yeah. Agreed. Jacob.
I was very late to Saving Private Ryan. Within the last couple of years, I've seen it for the first time. Really good war movie. Very solid. The Wrestler, I've seen at least a dozen times, and it's just as good, as the first time I watched it. I think Mickey Rourke gives an outstanding performance, and it's one that I still rewatch to this day. I'm gonna go with The Wrestler.
Yeah, sounds good. Jordan, what do you got?
I don't want to do this anymore. This is not fun for me anymore.
You gotta throw in some movies you actually don't like, and then there you go.
Yeah, I shouldn't have this either. Yeah,
just make it easier.
The fourth wrong turn. Let me think. Maybe just because again, it's a little more near and dear to the other thing that I love the most in the world. So that's an unfair advantage, but it's me. So The Wrestler.
You got to throw in more guilty pleasures like The Sixth Man.
I should have done that in here, man. The 6-year-old made me mad. The dad and the
yeah. Same, yeah. Like I would vote for that movie, but maybe not over The Wrestler, because I think that's what I'm gonna go for here. Just because like the Wrestler just seems like a movie on paper. Maybe that wouldn't be as into, but man, when you watch this thing, like Mickey Rourke gives like an all-time performance, and then also shout out Marissa Tomei too. She was great, and Saving Private Ryan's good. And I was also like Jacob. I only saw it maybe like 2 years ago for the first time, and it also blew me away, but at the same time, I think that The Wrestler just like had more of an impact on me overall. So I'll go with The Wrestler. Richie?
Yeah, again, it's probably got unfair advantage just because of my love of wrestling. But I'll give a shout out to Saving Private Ryan. I think it's a really good war film. That I feel like gets like called overrated a lot now, just because I don't know. I feel that I hope it's their actual opinions, or just it's like kind of the cool, or not, and not just because it's a cool thing to say now. But it's a phenomenal movie. But yeah, The Wrestler I think just hits different. It's just it feels really real. I mean, I'm not around like actual like wrestling as much as JPO is, but I have been. I've done hit stuff here and there. And it's just for promotions here, and yeah, it's very it hits to the bone. And Mickey Rourke does a phenomenal performance. Yeah, it's also a good story for him about his sort of comeback from and being sort of almost blacklisted from Hollywood. So it's that sort of like you couldn't imagine someone else playing the role, even though someone almost did. Bit of trivia: this was Nicolas Cage was initially cast as Randy Ram. He showed up to some Ring of Honor shows to try and
correction, it was always Rourke, but then the studio wanted Cage, but then he fought for Rourke.
Okay, well, whatever. Just step all over me. You're lucky it's your list. Otherwise, I would. Anyway, it's all right. I will go for the wrestler anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Nick Cage, that would have been a totally different movie. Yeah, but Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I would have expected seeing this to like Saving Private Ryan to actually almost sweep, but then remembering that this is a panel of people who really love like wrestling, it makes a lot of sense. And I've heard The Wrestler is fantastic because I've also haven't seen it. And I'm not like a big wrestling guy, but since I've heard, don't worry, JP, I'm very excited to see it. I really want to check it out. It's just not one that's come up for me to watch, and not being that big into wrestling, it just hasn't been one that cropped up that I said I have to watch that right now. But are you
big into war? Have you done a lot of wars? It's just a good movie.
Yeah, right.
That's true. No, that's the point. And I also really adore Marissa Tomei, so I want to fill in a lot of gaps with her as well. But Saving Private Ryan, I also have a lot of issues with. But I since I haven't seen the other one, I'm going to go with Saving Private Ryan because I do, even though I have issues with it, I really do also love a lot of it. I think it's just such an epic, gritty war film. Steven Spielberg's fantastic. On my show, Picture This, over the Dill Pickle Movie Network, we actually tried to settle the whole debate about Saving Private Ryan, and then what is the other one? Shakespeare in Love. Which one deserved it? And we kind of settled that. I won't spoil it now, but that video has got a lot of views. So check that out if you're interested. It was a really fun time. And Malcolm Lay was on that because he has very strong opinions on that slate of movies. So it was fun to have him on as well. But I'm going to
Yeah, Malcolm Lay with strong opinions. Get out of here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. Shocked. Color me shocked. But so I believe it's The Wrestler though. Moving on. All right.
You did already.
I was first.
Oh, you're first.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
We got Hacksaw Ridge going up against Dogma.
Interesting.
Okay. There we go. We got another war movie back to back. Man. So it'll be Jacob first. So
yeah, and this one's pretty easy for me because I haven't seen Dogma in years. I need to give it a revisit. But Hacksaw Ridge is probably my favorite war movie. I think Andrew Garfield is fantastic in this movie. I was rooting for this for Best Picture, but 2016 was a pretty good year for movies too. So I was rooting for Hacksaw Ridge. Unfortunately, it didn't get the win, but it got the win in my heart. Where it
Moonlight, right?
Yeah. No, La La Land and then Moonlight.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean Moonlight.
Yeah.
So Hacksaw Ridge gets my vote.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, what do you think?
It's hard to the weird comparison here. But I voted against my boy Kev once. I can't do it again. And again, as much as I love Hacksaw Ridge, Dogma, I just think it's a really unique piece of work here. Probably my second favorite Kevin Smith movie. I'm gonna go Dogma.
Yeah. So I rewatched Dogma recently, but I did it because it's a movie that's hard to find. You can't really stream it or even really buy it anywhere. But I it's on YouTube and they have a cut on there where somebody took all the deleted scenes and they put them back into the movie where they should have been. So it was kind of interesting to see it that way. But because I'd already seen it before, it was just a rewatch. But it's only my second time ever seeing it. And it's pretty good. Yeah, I think that Chris Rock is really great in it too. And then Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, they have some solid dialogue back and forth because Kevin Smith, he does great dialogue, so I'm always down for that. But yeah, Hacksaw Ridge, the first time I ever saw that though, I remember that I saw it with my ex when we were still together, and I fell asleep like before any of the action scenes happen. And I didn't mean to. Like the movie was pretty good, but I was just really tired. We just watched it on a day that I was just particularly tired. And so next day she's like, we got to watch this movie over again because you missed like an amazing movie. You were asleep for all the best parts. And then I rewatched it, and man, like it blew me away. I don't know how I slept through all that, but I did somehow because we had our surround sound on and everything. But I'm a heavy sleeper, so yeah, I'm gonna vote for Hacksaw Ridge. That movie's great, and Andrew Garfield, like he's one of my favorite actors. He always brings it every time. So Hacksaw Ridge. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't. Hacksaw Ridge keeps popping up here, and I still, I need to get around to it. I haven't watched it. But yeah, Dog. I'm a huge Kevin Smith. Oh, you don't want to talk anyway. It's fine.
I mean, when I say I'm going to start doing what everyone else says it.
Yeah. I'm a huge Kevin Smith guy as well. I think Dogma's a really ballsy movie to make. I really like the promotion of this movie where Kevin Smith picketed his own movie. he joined like a whole bunch of angry Christians and picketed his own movies, and it's a clip where he gets interviewed on the news. It's really funny. But this movie is really good. I haven't watched it in a while though, but I just think it's a very different role for Matt Damon and Ben Affleck to play as well, and they're really good in this movie. So I'll go Dogma.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a huge Kevin Smith guy, but I will say that Dogma is my favorite of his. I don't know. I really like that one. A great kind of performance from Alan Rickman in it. It's always fun. I love him as Snape and Hans Gruber. And then, Alanis Morissette is fucking God in the movie, which is insane. And she's great. I love Jagged Little Pill. That being said, I think I'm still going to go Hacksaw Ridge. I think it's I saw it twice in the theater because, I saw it with a friend once, and then I saw it with my family again. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a really great, like, visceral movie. Like, it's an interesting theme about a guy who he wants to go to war to do his part, but he doesn't want to use a weapon because of his religious beliefs. And I think that's a really interesting concept based on a true story. And Andrew Garfield, especially in like recent years, has only been getting like better and better as an actor, and just has been just doing whatever he wants and just crushing every little thing, even like this war movie. And Mel Gibson, as problematic as he is, still crushed the direction of the film. And some of those scenes are just so brutal to watch, and it's just really excellent. I'm gonna go Hacksaw Ridge here.
Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also gonna go Hacksaw Ridge. I think it's just one of the best war movies to come out in the past. I don't know. It's been now 5 or 10 years, however long it's been.
7?
Yeah.
6.
6, okay.
So like last 10 years, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. So what are the votes at?
I believe it's 4-2 for Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay, Hacksaw Ridge. But yeah, like I always forget about the scenes that I rewatched Dogma recently, where like the main girl, I forget the actress's name, but like she asks Alan Rickman when you first see him, like, are you male or are you female? And then he just pulls his pants down and he's like a Ken doll down below. I'm like, that's just like so weird.
All
like
the
first thing you see from him. Yeah. Yeah. But we have Goodfellas going up against Raging Bull. Ooh. The Nero match.
Hey.
Nero.
Scorsese, right?
Yeah. A Scorsese matchup too. So
Scorsese and Nero.
JPO, you're up first.
Damn, Scorsese on Scorsese violence here.
Yeah. Scorsese action.
It's hard to say which one for me is better. I think Raging Bull is either overrated or underrated, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm just gonna kind of use that classic old logic of what am I gonna go to more, has a better overall cast, I'd go towards Goodfellas. But Raging Bull is freaking awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I am maybe a little bit in the camp where I think Raging Bull is slightly overrated. I mean, a little bit, but it's just more realistic and super gritty. Just seeing him as Jake LaMotta doing like all those fights, like probably some of the like more realistic boxing scenes that you see in movies. But like for me, it's so realistic that it's almost kind of hard for me to watch too, because I don't even like watching in movies seeing women being mistreated and like being beaten on and like abused, all that stuff, and so I think for that, like, it just makes it hard for me to go back to. But Goodfellas though, like I can go back to that all day long. Like it's just fun times with especially Ray Liotta too. Like he's definitely the star of this movie, but shout out Joe Pesci and De Niro too, the solid cast overall, and it's probably the best mobster movie of all time. Like in my opinion, I would say that. So I'm gonna go with Goodfellas. Richie?
Yeah, it's just hard, sort of flip a coin type thing, but I guess yeah, like Raging Bull is awesome and it's a great story, but like I'll do the logic of I own Goodfellas, I don't own Raging Bull, so Goodfellas.
Sure, yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
I say that The Godfather is the best mob film of all time, but I've seen Raging Bull recently. I haven't seen Goodfellas in a pretty long time, and I need to revisit it. But Raging Bull is a really good like character study. It's definitely one that I don't really enjoy watching that much. I actually kind of ranked it like I think middle of the pack of films that came out for Best Picture that year. And I think Goodfellas is a really fantastic movie. So I'm gonna go Goodfellas on this one. I think it's probably just the better movie overall. Joe Pesci.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really? Actually, yeah.
Yeah, right. But Carrie, what do you think?
I'll bring some love to Raging Bull. I do think it's actually a little bit overrated, but I do think it is like a very interesting movie, like how it was directed and shot. And it's Robert De Niro is obviously really fantastic in it.
Yeah.
Where I thought you were going, because I know I don't like that movie, but all right. Interesting.
It's kind of interesting because it's like same director, similar cast, like
yeah.
But Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, to Scorsese here. I just have to go with the logic of which one would I rather put on, and I'd rather revisit Goodfellas before Raging Bull. So Goodfellas.
Yep. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Use that logic. So I think it's going to be Goodfellas. All right. And then we got Logan going up against Quiz Show.
JPO Quiz Show. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe I'm up first. Just fitting because Logan's my favorite movie of all time. If you watch this, I adore this movie to pieces. I think that it's like that it's masterfully directed. That just kind of playing it out like a Western, but it's set kind of in the future a little bit, and it has an amazing cast. I think that not only Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart kill it, but also Daphne Keane too. I really want to see that X-23 movie. Come on, let's go before she gets too old. So yeah, but
I think she probably is too old at this point.
Yeah, she might be, but I mean, you never know. But and I've never seen Quiz Show, so this is the easiest matchup of the night for me. And Logan.
Yeah.
Richie.
Richie, have you seen any good Quiz Show reviews lately?
Yeah. Quiz Show. A movie about someone supposedly cheating at trivia. Wouldn't know anything about that, unfortunately. Yeah. I've heard the reviews are good though. I might get a mention in it. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I have seen Quiz Show. It's good, but it's no Logan is like blew me away. I think it's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. At this point, I just think it. Yeah, I love the tone of it. I think, yeah, Hugh Jackman, sort of like Ryan Reynolds in the sense that you can't think of anybody who would be able to play Wolverine that this good, a character this good. Yeah, Daphne Keane was a revelation. I think she's great. Stephen Merchant was really good in this movie too. Shout out to Stephen Merchant. He was fun in this movie. And the relationship between Wolverine and Xavier was really good. So I have to go with Logan. But Quiz Show triggers me.
Well, James Mangold can direct the new Indiana Jones as well as he did Logan. I have high hopes for that movie. So, but Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, if you haven't seen Quiz Show, please go check that movie out because while it might not be as good. Okay, it was nominated for Best Picture in probably the greatest year of Oscars because it came out the same year as Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, and Forrest Gump, and those are three fantastic movies in my eyes, especially Shawshank. That's my favorite. And also Four Weddings and a Funeral is another one I adore, but I feel like those two, Four Weddings and Quiz Show, don't get talked about as much as the other three, and I think that's a shame because they're both fantastic movies. I really think Quiz Show does a lot of really great stuff talking about, just like a big, you can't fight the big corporations. You can't fight the big, people or the governments or whoever has all the power. And that's what we're still facing today. So it's kind of ahead of its time in a way. It says a lot about like things today. That being said, I still will go Logan on this one because I just think that one is a fantastic swan song for the character. And I'm a little worried about what they're going to do in Deadpool 3 with him because that was such a great send-off for the character, him as that character. But I trust that whatever they're going to do with the meta commentary and stuff is going to be fun. So, at least we have that. Yeah, it's like a great Western. Like how this one did not get nominated for Best Picture, I don't know. Logan's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm worried about the next Deadpool for the multiverse and what they're going to do if they're going to include that with Hugh Jackman. I don't know, but Carrie, what do you think?
I'm gonna throw some love to Quiz Show here. I think, like Chad said, I think it's just such an underrated movie because it did come out in one of the best years for movies ever. But I think, I don't know, to me it keeps pace with the other ones, and for me this is just, I don't know, I really enjoy this movie.
Yeah. Also, I'm just gonna shout out the friend of the show, Michael Wolfman.
Okay.
In the chat. What's up, Michael? Jacob, what do you think here?
Yeah, this one's pretty easy. Haven't seen Quiz Show. It's one that I want to check out. Heard pretty good things about it, but yeah, I absolutely love Logan. Hugh Jackman is one of my favorite actors. So Logan pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, what do you think?
I do. Obviously, I love Quiz Show. It's a great film. But yeah, Logan again, just between my love of X-Men, my love of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, it's a great R-rated look into it that we didn't get, for a while there. Yeah, I gotta go Logan.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it'll be Logan. Moving on. So, I'll definitely check out Quiz Show though. Like it's one I've seen, but if it's nominated for Best Picture, like it's got to be good. So, yeah.
That's not always true, but that one is good.
Yeah, right. Well, we got Forgetting Sarah Marshall going against The Wolf of Wall Street. Kind of interesting. So, and we're back to Richie. So,
yeah, I think Forgetting Sarah Marshall is really good. It's one of he didn't direct it, but one of the better Judd Apatow produced films. I love everyone in here. This is back, a good time capsule when Russell Brand was kind of sane. Anyway, he's
he's
gone
kind
off the rails a bit now.
Interesting.
I'm not a huge fan. But anyway, just great. Yeah, great. Nicholas Stoll did a good job here. And look, and look, it's a great comedy. Certainly better than Bros. I'll come at me. That movie's not good.
Yeah, Bros.
But I have to go Wolf of Wall Street here. I think it's one of my favorite Scorsese movies. I think it's fantastic. Everyone does a phenomenal job. Jonah Hill. I mean, Jonah Hill's good in both these movies actually, but Jonah Hill. I think it's one of the sort of a breakout performance of he's actually a legit serious actor. I in my stand up I reference the Quaalude scene a lot. Even the again, I'm not a guy you want to praise, but like the Kanye West song in the trailer really fit the tone of this movie. Like Matthew McConaughey and his cameo is really good. I love everything about this movie, so I'm gonna go Wolf of Wall Street. But yeah, I do feel people disappointed in this movie and praise Jordan Belfort, which you shouldn't. He's a villain. So Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Chad, what do you think?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall's one that I actually probably have to revisit at some point. It's been a long time. I think I've seen the whole thing. I'm gonna go The Wolf of Wall Street, even though I really do owe that other movie a fair shot at revisiting it, because I do love is Jason Segel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. I do love him a lot, and I actually really do like Russell Brand. I love listening to him talk politics because he's a really smart guy. The Wolf of Wall Street is also fantastic. It took me such a long time to actually see it. I didn't see it right when it came out. It was only in recent years that I saw it for the first time. And it's just an excellent movie. I think Leo is fantastic in that movie. And just seeing scenes on TikTok and stuff of him right before the director yelling action and then him just jumping right into the character is just really crazy to see. He's just a next level actor. This movie is just so funny and weird and insane and all the right ways. And that Quaalude scene is hilarious. And it's really good. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, for sure. Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also going to say The Wolf of Wall Street. It's just a really fantastic movie. The performances are incredible. I think it's a really great commentary on Wall Street at that time. And also, like Richie mentioned, the fact that Jordan Belfort is now just doing writing books and motivational speeches. Now it's just completely wild. But he's not in jail.
Yeah. Yeah, he really probably should be. But Jacob, what do you think?
I'm probably in the minority on this one, but if you put both of these movies in front of me, which one would I rather watch? I'd probably put Forgetting Sarah Marshall on before The Wolf of Wall Street. I think it's a really good comedy. I think it's a lot of fun. Leonardo DiCaprio is great, but I just think Forgetting Sarah Marshall is just more my type of movie.
Yeah, that's fair. Jordan, what do you think?
It's a tough one. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is one of the best R-rated rom-coms here. I think it's hilarious from the get-go to the end. I love the interplay between these four. Wolf of Wall Street, though, is also a banger here. It's long, but it's one of those long movies that I don't mind going on that trip because it's worth pretty much every scene they make. I don't like doing it, mostly just because I don't like agreeing with Jacob. But I'm going to go with Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I have been nothing but nice to you this entire stream.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. This is a fun matchup just because Forgetting Sarah Marshall is great. It's one of the better Judd Apatow movies in my opinion. It holds up pretty well, especially when like Jason Segel's doing the whole like vampire like musical thing, like singing about vampires and all that, and then you see it just like all the usual Judd Apatow cast show up with like Paul Rudd and Jonah Hill, Bill Hader, like a lot of those guys, and then also like it's fun to see Jack McBrayer whenever he pops up with that big old smile just everywhere that he goes to. So yeah, that's a fun time. But the Wolf of Wall Street, like that's my favorite Martin Scorsese movie, hands down. Like this movie earns the runtime that it has. Like you don't even feel it. Like the 3 hours it just flies by, and yeah, like it's just a crazy ride from beginning to end. I love the way that it's narrated, the way that it's paced, just like everything about it. And I had a friend recently who like kind of freaked me out. She was kind of acting kind of like how Jordan Belfort was on Quaaludes, and like even made a little post about it because I didn't know what to do in that situation. I was a little like nervous because she disappeared on me, but we figured it all out. I found out where she was and what happened. Everything's good, but yeah. So I went back and I rewatched that scene with a couple of friends who hadn't seen it. They were like trying to help me out with the situation. I'm like, yeah, she's acting like this, and so I just showed her then that scene. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Wolf of Wall Street then. So yeah, Richie.
I voted Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah, you were first.
Wolf of Wall Street moves on.
So Wolf of Wall Street. All right, cool. Next we got Casablanca up against Con Air. All right.
What a weird matchup.
We both have airplane scenes, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but Chad, you'll be up first. What do you think?
Funny enough, I just bought Con Air on Blu-ray because I think it was like $6, and I was like, I have to do that.
Oh yeah.
Because I haven't seen it, and I really want to see Con Air because while I love Nick Cage a lot, so if it's bad, if it's good, I always still love watching Nick Cage. But I mean, if it's up against Casablanca, it's like one of the classic like best movies of all time. Basically, I've only seen that one once. So I couldn't argue for why it's the best of all time, but I know it's a very, very great film, and I really look forward to rewatching it. And I'm not sure based on like what I've heard if Con Air is actually a good movie. I'm excited to check it out to see what I think. So
it's on this list. It's obviously a banger.
That's true. That makes sense. So
right. And you also had Billy Madison on the list,
but
so
get out of here, Barber.
And it's moving on, baby.
Yeah. Well, sounds good. Carrie, what do you think?
Yeah. I'm also gonna go Casablanca, just one of the great classics.
Yeah, for sure. Jacob.
Yeah, I'll also go Casablanca, but Con Air is a good movie. It's very solid, but yeah, I think just to show some classic cinema some love and get some older cinema, hopefully into the next round, I'll go Casablanca.
Yeah, sounds good. Jordan.
You know what? I'll go Con Air, and I'll convince people to check this out. Here's the thing. Again, it's really hard to compare these two kind of movies. Casablanca is a classic. I don't have a super ton of classics in here, so I feel like it does kind of show. Like I think it holds up. I love the style of it and everything. But Con Air, man, it's right in there with Face Off, just being a great '90s action flick here. Again, John Malkovich is fantastic. Steve Buscemi. Even Dave Chappelle in a smaller role here, put the bunny in the box. Like, there's some great moments here. It ramps up. It gets even crazier towards the last couple hours here. There's some intrigue here because they don't know he's not a real con. And then, so there's some fun intrigue at first here. And even John Cusack's never been more of a badass as the main cop here. So, yeah, I got to go Con Air.
Yeah. This is one of those instances where we need Austin here because he always argues hard for Con Air. Like, That's one of his favorite movies. Yeah, and Casa Blanca. So one of our other co-hosts, Chris Scott, he's one of my best friends growing up, and I remember like his favorite movie of all time is Casablanca. I mean, his nickname's Casablanca Kid after the movie and all that. And like we had this big moment where he was finally going to show me Casablanca, and we sat down and we watched it, and like afterwards he's like, so what did you think about it? And I kind of like, it was okay. I don't know. I was kind of bored by it, honestly, if I'm being totally honest with him. So he didn't really like hearing that. He's like, what? He was like all shocked and stuff. But yeah. So I mean, I think that it's fine. I mean, but I mean, yeah. But Con Air is a banger, though. This is one of the times where I can really argue for it because there's so many amazing characters, especially Nick Cage. I'm a huge Nick Cage fan, and then John Malkovich, like he's really terrifying. Even Steve Buscemi, like locked up in that like little cage thing where he's like in a straight jacket or whatever it is. And then you got Danny Trejo in here, Ving Rhames, even Dave Chappelle in like a smaller role. So yeah, like it's a lot of fun too. So just kind of balls to the wall, just crazy action. So yeah, I'll vote Con Air. So, that everyone, or do you vote?
No, again, you missed me again. Anyway,
okay.
I do find it funny how, because I don't think he's done a lot of movies, but like there's 2 Dave Chappelle movies in this list.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was in my other one, but there would be 3 for sure.
Yeah, Half Baked.
Yeah. They just announced Half Baked 2, by the way, without Dave Chappelle. Fucking stupid.
Really?
Anyway.
Oh wow.
Anyway, yeah. Like Casablanca's great, but yeah, like Con Air's more my speed. Con Air is nuts. This movie is fucking is balls. Yeah, this movie is wild. Yeah, just the great wacky performances by especially John Malkovich, by Nick Cage, everybody. Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's my kind of movie. So I'll go Con Air.
Yeah. We'll get Austin back for the championship episode so we can fight for Con Air, right? but yeah,
well,
it's going to be Con
Air.
It's
a tie.
Right? No, it's a tie.
It's a tie.
And Chad,
tie, okay.
Yeah, we haven't had a tie in a while. Chad has the tiebreaker vote.
Ooh, so it could go either way, I guess.
No, we could go. Well, I know where he's going.
Yeah, I'll move on Casablanca.
Sure, yeah. Well, sometimes people vote for movies they haven't seen. You never know. Yeah. Casablanca, so it'd be in Chris Scott's favor. There you go. But we have Thor Ragnarok up against Rush Hour. Getting some odd matches.
Okay.
So this time it'll be Carrie first.
I'm gonna go with Thor Ragnarok. I really enjoyed this movie. It's the one that I never really liked Thor that much in particular as a character before this movie, and this is the movie where I just thought he really shined. And I don't know, I just love like Thor and Loki in this movie. I love Tessa Thompson in this movie. I love Jeff Goldblum in this movie. It has so many fantastic parts. And Rush Hour I saw pretty late in life, and I just, for me, it doesn't have like that same nostalgia as it might.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok is great. I think it's probably the best Thor movie, I think. But it shows up a lot. I'll use the logic that Rush Hour doesn't make these tournament fights a lot, so I'll show it some love. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ragnarok went through.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, which one you got?
Yeah, Rush Hour is great. It's pretty nuts that when it plays on TV now, there's like a bumper before and like, oh, this was back in the time where they said some insensitive things sometimes. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, right.
Anywho, but yeah, Thor Ragnarok is just something that I kind of fell in love with in the first couple of minutes here. I love the opening segment here. I love just the balance like Richie has and the humor and the action. It looks really cool too. So I sway a little bit towards Ragnarok here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a huge Thor Ragnarok fan. Like I'll fight for that movie all day. Like I'm kind of looking forward to. We're gonna do a big all-time Marvel ranking for a tier ranker fight in February, right after the next Ant-Man movie comes out. So it'll be fun. We're gonna rank the TV shows, the movies, everything. So I want to try to fight hard because I know Austin's gonna be on that, and he hates Thor Ragnarok. So we're gonna be going back and forth. So that'll be fun. but um. But yeah, I have a great time with it, especially some of the supporting characters that show because like anything Jeff Goldblum's in, I'm down for. I'm a big Jeff Goldblum fan. And then I like seeing Thor team up with Loki and Valkyrie in the movie too. That's fun. And also shout out Kate Blanchett too. She's a great villain. And in this movie, you see Thor go through a lot of different things. Like his dad dies in the movie. Like basically all of his people from his home basically are either dead or they're like off in space somewhere. He has to figure out what to do with that. And so like he goes through a lot, but then like despite like how dark the movie could have been, you have Taika Waititi just coming and breathing new life into it with a lot of fun humor, like really cool color palette and a lot of cool shots and like the shot where he just comes down with the with the immigrant song playing and like all the lightning and all that, like that's a pretty awesome shot. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Thor Ragnarok, and if it was Rush Hour 2, I maybe would have made more of an argument for Rush Hour because I like Rush Hour 2 the best of the trilogy. But yeah, I'll go Thor Ragnarok. Richie?
Yeah, I'm a huge Rush Hour guy. Yeah, Rush Hour 1's pretty good. It was great. Yeah, and I really love the chemistry between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. But yeah, I'm more of a Rush Hour 2 guy. I think that's the best of the trilogy. 3 is 3. But I do hope I do hope they they talked about it for years, so I hope they do at least one more with the Rush Hour 4.
Yeah.
I think there's movement on that. I'll look it up later, but I think there's movement on that, so then we might actually get it. But yeah, because I love Thor Ragnarok. I like the direction it breathed life into a character I thought was the most boring in the MCU, and he gave him some charisma, and Chris Hemsworth, and it brought charisma out of Chris Hemsworth, which I knew he had because like seeing him in other movies and also seeing him in some Australian stuff. I know he's got charisma for days, so it's good that it took what he's had to bring that out of the character. Look, just because I know where it's going, I'll go Rush Hour.
Sure, yeah, sounds good. And Chad, what do you think?
Well, first I want to say, Richie, of Rush Hour 4, as long as they don't bring Brett Ratner back, I think they have a good shot of making it.
I don't think there's a chance of that happening. We'll see what happens.
This one's actually pretty easy for me. It's Rush Hour, like hands down, no question for me. It came out, it was so nostalgic for me. This movie, like this is one where it's like, well, Chad, is that movie maybe a little bit kind of on the problematic side? I don't give a fuck. I unapologetically just love watching that movie. Chris Tucker, I miss him. Jackie Chan, he's so great in like most stuff. I love like him in like the Police Story movies and stuff like that. But Rush Hour, they just like have such a connection, those two, for some reason. They just struck gold. I love Rush Hour. I love Rush Hour 2. I do not like Rush Hour 3. But those first two movies are just classics for me. I don't know if Thor Ragnarok might be the better movie. Like, I don't know. A lot of people they say that the comedy overshadows a lot of the stuff, but I'm a fan of Taika comedy. So, it works for me. I think he blends it pretty well. I think he goes a little bit overboard in Love and Thunder with the comedy in that one. But Ragnarok, I think, has a pretty perfect balance. But still, Rush Hour is the classic for me. And, yeah, hands down. But I know
I miss Chris Tucker. He needs to be in more stuff, especially comedies. I'll watch anything that he's in. Like I even went back to their day back when Roseanne had a talk show and she had Chris Tucker on as a guest, and like even just seeing that, like I don't care about Roseanne like really at all, but just seeing Chris Tucker on there, man, he's just full of charisma like way back then. Because I want to see him talk about Friday and like some of those other classic movies that Money Talks and like some of those. So that was fun. So
he made another appearance in Silver Linings Playbook, which was fun.
Oh yeah, that's a good time. So, but is it Thor?
It's a tie.
That's a tie.
And Carrie has the tiebreaker vote this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my original vote and go with Thor.
All right, sounds good.
Went from having
Thor
no
Ragnarok
ties
it
to
is.
2 ties in a row.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, right. We'll see if we can keep the streak going. We got Kill Bill. I just found this alternate poster I thought looked cool. So
is that
Kill
just
Bill.
both Kill Bills or just?
Yeah, so he only had Kill Bill on there, so I just put the whole bloody affair on there. So that's just what it is. It's the whole.
Is that what it is, JP? But like the whole saga? Okay. Because whatever you want to do.
They're both really good to me. It's hard for me to choose one over the other to a degree.
Yeah.
You didn't specify, so I'm like, we'll just put the whole thing on there. Yeah, but then going against Ex
Richie
Machina.
couldn't handle the indecisiveness, so he left.
Yeah. Maybe his phone died or something because he was going off his phone. But
that is true.
Yeah, so it'll be Jacob first. So are you gonna go?
Yes, it will. And get ready to take 2 shots.
And he's back.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Well, I mean, or 3 shots. If you want to get technical, because the whole bloody affair, I haven't seen volume 1 or 2, and I haven't seen Ex Machina.
What the fuck? What? Look, these are what? J-Kid.
Yeah.
Come on, J-Kid.
Especially Kill Bill is like known to be more of a classic.
Jacob. Hey, buddy. Got you.
What?
I said it's okay.
Yeah. It's totally fine. But which one did you vote for, or did you vote yet?
I didn't yet because I was interrupted again because apparently I just have to watch every movie in the world.
No. No one made that argument. But you go.
Sounds like every time I say it, I haven't seen a movie.
I just Serenity with McConaughey on Blu-ray.
So,
you'll probably see that before these.
Yeah.
Just gonna go Ex Machina because I don't really care.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Love you, Jacob.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, you're a good guy. Jordan?
I'm going to go with Ex Machina because that's what my good buddy Diego will with. Now, yeah, this was hard, but I do kind of, despite it, I thought Ex Machina was really unique. I love the direction of it, Garland. And also, too, it's the clip I play pretty much every show now is Oscar Isaac dancing over at the Critics Go. So that goes my intro.
Yeah. Well, so Ex Machina, I remember that I was working in a movie theater when it came out, and not very many people were going to see this movie, but I remember seeing a trailer for it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go check this out. And it blew me away. Like, it was really, really good. So I made a bunch of my coworkers at least go out to go see it because they'll at least see it for free. I mean, they'll see anything if you work at the theater and it's free. So yeah, the movie's great, but it's just tough to go up against Kill Bill, and Kill Bill is also great. Like man, like this is a toughie for sure. But with Kill Bill, I'm one of the few that I prefer probably Volume 1 over Volume 2 because I just like all the martial arts stuff and like what it builds up to. It's like builds up with like a really great payoff and like even the like fight scene at the beginning that they have, that one's fun too. So yeah, I think I gotta go with Kill Bill. I was pretty late to the party too. I only saw it about like 6 months ago. So I'll go Kill Bill.
I'm still here, by the way. I just
Okay.
That's I'll vote, but I'm just gonna do some stuff. But yeah. Look, I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know if that's like that much a hot take that like number one, you like prefer number one about number 2. I thought that was a general consensus. But
Yeah.
but,
people say Volume 2.
oh, okay. Yeah. Kill Bill Whole Body Fair might appear later on in my list. It will anyway. But yeah, I love Kill Bill. Yeah, and I think that they're both parts are as good as each other. Ex Machina is great. It was Revelation. Just because I think Ex Machina is just outside my 128, and Kill Bill's in there, so I'll go Kill Bill.
Yeah. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a good matchup because I think these both are two fantastic films. I'm gonna go Kill Bill. I want to say though that I think Ex Machina is just an incredible sci-fi film, and like just like the whole back and forth with all the different characters. Yeah, freaking Oscar Isaac, busting out some moves in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so good. I love that actor so much. And then just like what happens at the end with, I'll just say what happens at the end. Is really like chilling. Because you expect the robot character to be one. What?
Has everyone seen it?
Okay, well, I'll just say like you expect one thing, and then another thing happens, and it's just very chilling.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
Kill Bill, is just fantastic. I just really like Quentin Tarantino films in general. He's just got such a great style, and this one just kind of like an homage to like Japanese like samurai anime type of cinema is just really cool. Really great story about a woman trying to get revenge and get her daughter back, and just the scenes with her fighting a whole like clan of like samurai and stuff, and it's just so bloody, so well directed. Uma Thurman is incredible. And the scene of her like digging herself out of her own grave. Holy shit, is so good.
I forgot about that. Yeah, man. Crazy.
Love both of those movies. So yeah, for sure, Kill Bill.
Yeah. Well, Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also going to go Kill Bill, although it was very close because Ex Machina is a really, really fantastic movie. For me, though, I think Kill Bill is just a little bit more rewatchable. You have those incredible martial arts scenes, and Uma Thurman is just amazing.
Yeah, she's great. It's sad that because of the randomizer, some of these movies, like I think Ex Machina could easily make the championship, but it's going up against a powerhouse like Kill Bill, so it's got to be Kill Bill. So, yeah. Let's see. We have Inception going up against Awakenings.
Oh.
Yeah. So this time it'll be JPO first. So.
Dang! I wanted to hear what other people said and think about it.
Yeah.
This was tough. Again, I feel like they're both really good in what they're kind of going for here. I'm just gonna listen to my heart when it's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going. I don't. Anywho, Awakenings is where I'm going for this one here. I think it's just two wonderful performances here by Williams and De Niro. Very heartbreaking. Different kind of De Niro too. If you've seen anything else, I think that he's done. And yeah, I just think it's a great tale. Tragic, beautiful, uplifting, all at once.
Yeah. Well, I've not seen Awakening, so I can't really comment. But I mean, just for those two actors alone, I do want to see it. But Inception, though, the first time that I saw it, I remember that the girl I was dating at the time, she had no clue what was happening. She was like totally, completely confused, which is fair because there's a lot to unpack with Inception. There's a lot of things you can interpret and different things like that. So like she actually hated it. So I had to sit there and try and explain it to her. Eventually she watched it a second time. She's like, I guess I kind of got it a little more, not really, but she still didn't really get it. But I swear, like she was a pretty smart girl. So she didn't understand certain movies. There's a few movies I had to explain to her. It's kind of weird, but Inception's great though, just like the concept of a dream within a dream and like all the different layers and the way time slows down. And then that score too is pretty iconic too, with them going off the bridge and all that. And so yeah, and it's a great cast. So yeah, I gotta go with Inception. So Richie?
Yeah, Awakenings is one of the few Robin Williams blind spots I have. I know JP has talked about it before a few times, and I said I'd get around to it, and I still haven't. I love you, Jacob. I'm sorry. I mean, Jordan, Jacob. I did a Jordan Anderson then.
Yeah, right. You pulled a me.
I love you both.
At least once a show.
But yeah, I go with Inception. I love Inception. I think everything about it is it's sort of the one more accessible Christopher Nolan movies before I feel like he got a bit too pretentious. I mean, especially with Tenet. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
This movie's great. So yeah, I'll go Inception.
At least the next Christopher Nolan movie looks to be pretty straightforward. We'll see, but it just looks to be a biopic. But Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Inception on this one. I have seen most of Awakenings. Basically, I think I was watching it for either like a Robert De Niro rankum or something, and it was on Netflix, and I was watching like most of it. And I didn't finish it, and I never went back. I forgot to go back to it. But that's not like a criticism of the movie. I thought it was really good. But I never finished it. I really want to go back and like finish it. Probably just start from the beginning and watch the whole thing because I remember it being a really interesting concept. And yeah, I feel like I've seen it parodied in other places and stuff. I really enjoyed what I saw from it. But yeah, I think Inception is an all timer. I think it's one of Nolan's best. It's like a near 3-hour movie that just doesn't ever really feel like it for me. Like I can just watch that movie and I just think it's paced so well. It's just like, it's thrilling. All the stuff with, him being haunted by his late wife in his dreams is just so creepy. Like there's like a scene where like she like looks at him or looks at Elliot Page or something like that at one point. And then it's just like a kind of a jump scare. And I'm like, oh, it's just so creepy. Like a lot of like, because I've dreamt about people who have passed away before, and it's just like they feel so real, like they're there, and then you wake up and you realize that they're not alive anymore. So like the thought of like a person who's dead like haunting you in your dreams, and you're like there, like a kind of a lucid dreaming type state. But yeah, this movie's fantastic. Leo's great in it. Elliot Page is great in it. So many other Joseph Gordon-Levitt, just the way they built these sets and rotated them, and just a new way of filmmaking is just so innovative and incredible. And like, the stuff with the totem, and then like, just the way that they kind of use this in common vernacular. It's like, oh, it's the inception of this, and oh, that's like somethingception. When something's like a thing within a thing within a thing. So it's incredible. I'm going Inception.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also going to go with Inception. I have only seen parts of Awakenings in a psychology class in high school, so I remember the plot, but not really much of the rest of the movie. And Inception is just a really, really unique film and kind of such a mindfuck, but in an enjoyable way.
Yeah, right. It's like one that really makes you think, but at the same time, like you kind of enjoy it in this movie. So yeah. But Jacob, what do you think?
I would have went with Awakenings.
Okay.
All right.
And you went first, right? Just making sure, right? Okay, cool. You would have went with Awakenings. Well, it's going to be Inception. But have you seen Awakenings? You've actually seen it?
I voted for it.
Sure, yeah. All right. I'll say maybe. We have.
JPO, have I seen Awakenings?
Okay.
JPO. Have I seen Awakenings?
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Go watch the countdown where we count down our favorite Robin Williams movies to find out.
Live on the Pierce Go channel.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
But yeah, remember the Titans versus Knocked Up, and I guess I'm first this time, and this one's tough because like I really enjoy both these movies. Like Knocked Up is a hilarious movie. The sequel, like I don't know why this needs like a spinoff or whatever. I didn't really care for This Is 40, but Knocked Up's great. Remember the Titans too. Is it the great football movie, but also just like great Denzel Washington movie, and then a lot of actors kind of like when they're younger. You have Ryan Gosling, you have Ethan Suplee, you have like Hayden Panettiere when they're all younger, and yeah, like there's something about remember the Titans, like it's just so like inspirational, like left side, strong side, left side, strong side. So yeah, I think I gotta give the edge. Remember the Titans here. So yeah, I'm a big fan of sports movies too. So Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, I like Knocked Up a lot actually. I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, I don't, I like Seth Rogen in it, but yeah, I kind of like appreciate the side characters more than the actual sort of romance going on here. Like, I love like sort of Jonah Hill in it, and yeah, like and Jason Segel and but yeah, so this is really tough. I did this. Knocked Up is the famous movie where after the movie was made, Katherine Heigl criticized it and said it wasn't didn't portray women in a great light, but then she made Ugly Truth, which is ugly worse. I don't know. But I watched Remember the Titans at school. I had to do a school sort of project on it. It's a really good film. I'm gonna go Remember the Titans as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not actually like a Judd Apatow fan. I really don't like his brand of comedy, but I do think Knocked Up is one of the better ones of that slate. But I'm gonna go Remember the Titans as well, just because I think it's like of sports movies. I think it's so excellent. Like people are saying, like you get kind of like a lot of people that you're like, that I remember they're in that. That's so cool. And I love little Hayden Panettiere as the like really smart little girl who is really into football and is so knowledgeable about it. People are like in the stands, like looking at her, like, how does that little girl know so much about football? And I think that's really fun. And yeah, Denzel's excellent in this. I'm just a sucker for like really good like high school football type of things, even though I'm not a huge football fan. But like Friday Night Lights is one of my favorite shows of all time. And so Remember the Titans really, hits. I think it handles like race relations stuff like really well. And just them singing Ain't No Mountain High in the locker room is classic. And yeah, just a lot of really great stuff in it. I love Remember the Titans.
Yeah, sounds good. Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also gonna go Remember the Titans. I think this is just a fantastic movie. I don't know. It has so many sweet parts. It has obviously a really good message. It's a great football movie.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, Knocked Up is fine. I haven't seen it in quite a while. Remember the Titans, really good football movie. It's my favorite football movie behind Rudy. I think Rudy just edges it out. I'm gonna go with Remember the Titans on this one.
Yeah. And Jordan, what do you think?
I love Knocked Up, that 1-2 punch, a 4-year-old version of this. I think they're both comedy bangers. But yeah, Remember the Titans. I think Richie said it, seeing it in school. I feel like school played it like 5 times every year.
Yeah, they did a lot.
I was always like, it's rainy. Let's watch Remember the Titans. Every year that's played a couple times. So I feel like I was even sick of it for a moment there. But now that I've been able to get away from it for a couple of years, it's a great movie here. Great message here. Great performances here. One of the first Ryan Goslings, Hayden Panettiere, Ethan Suplee. Great message here, and it works. And Remember the Titans will get my vote.
Yeah.
And they do it like worldwide, play it in schools apparently. So there you go.
Dude, I'm telling you, I saw it probably. It's probably up there in my most viewed movies except from school.
Yeah, they even showed this movie in church for me because like, you see how this relates to this story in the Bible or like whatever. I'm just like, okay, sure. Yeah. So Bert Cheers Mama, moving to the next.
Remember when Jesus played football?
Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. I guess. Yeah, they tried to parallel it, but
Oh my God!
we got Paddington 2
Yay!
going up against Chicago.
No.
So, all right, so it'll be Richie first.
All right. Actually, I mean, I've sort of gone on record saying I'm not a huge musical guy, but I do like Chicago. I think Chicago is pretty good. However, but look at that fucking stupid bear's face. Look at him. I can't.
Yeah.
God, so look,
That damn
even if I
bear,
want to, I
man.
can't say no. No, this movie's charming as hell. Can't wait for the third one. No, it's Paddington 2.
Yeah. Well, Chad, what do you think?
I'm easily going Paddington 2 as well. I think it's a perfect movie. I think it's one of the greatest movies ever made. And it's a kids movie, but it's still like anybody can watch this movie and feel something. I won't say what happens at the end if you haven't seen it, but the ending is just so sweet. It'll just melt your heart. It's also kind of dark too, because there's actual stakes and stuff in it. But yeah, it's such a beautiful film. I also dig Chicago, so this is an interesting matchup because I voted to say that Chicago was deserving of Best Picture that year over Lord of the Rings, which a lot of people would probably disagree with, but I just think that's one of the greatest directed musicals ever. I love Renee Zellweger in it so much, and Catherine Zeta-Jones is fantastic as well, and even John C. Reilly is really, really good. He's got a really great song, Cellophane. But yeah, Paddington 2, man, that's easily for me, probably, I would say, would be one of the ones in the very top of the list for me. So yeah, Paddington 2.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Carrie, what do you think here?
I'm actually going to go with Chicago.
I knew that.
This one. We watched, because was it your first time watching Chicago?
No, but I hadn't seen it in a long time. Yeah, but I know you love Chicago.
We threw it on, and Chad was like, "You're just smiling this whole movie."
Yeah.
I love the music. I think it is just a fantastically directed film, very well acted. As much as this was really tough because I also really love Paddington 2. But for me, if I'm gonna choose one of these two, it's honestly gonna be Chicago.
You got to razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Right. Jacob, what do you think?
I think Paddington 2 absolutely deserves to move on to the next round.
Yeah, sounds good. Jordan.
This is right out there. This is in the top 2 or 3 most heartbreaking rounds for me here. I love Chicago. I'm not the biggest musical guy. You kind of maybe have seen that trend here. Not a lot of musicals on here, but Chicago is a different breed, man. It zips, it zabs. The soundtrack is great. It comes to the soundtrack by itself. It comes to screen beautifully as well here. Everyone's so good at it, man. Chad mentioned John C. Reilly. I love that part just because I'm like, oh, that could be me. That's like a weird goal of mine in life is to play Mr. Cellophane. Hope I don't take up too much of your time. I've practiced it on myself too many times. It's embarrassing to note. I love Chicago. Paddington 2, man. If the third one is 80% as good as the first two, that is going to be one of the greatest trilogies of all time. These two movies are way better than they should be. That fucking bear, man.
We'll see because Paul King's not returning. So
that's what I mean. I'm scared just because the first two are bangers. And I think I only had one of them on here just to have just one, but it was hard to choose between the two. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna give an extra 7th vote. That's gonna take over my vote for my mom. I'm going Chicago.
Sure. Yeah. Well, for me, can I say pass on this one? Just to explain a little bit, I'm not a big musical fan, and I just saw the trailer for Chicago, and I'm singing all that jazz, and I'm kind of like, oh, that doesn't really appeal to me. I'm kind of like, I don't think it'd be up my alley, maybe, but and it's not really my style. And then Paddington 2, I haven't seen because I saw the first one, and like I don't get the hype over this bear. I just don't get it. Like it's just
And
like
how can you look at that bear's face and say you don't?
like is he not,
look at the fucking. Look at
is he really that charming when he's going around destroying their entire house and like flooding it and
you sound like
like
Des.
tearing it apart?
You sound like Des.
Yeah, like
You sound like
you have like a
me and him have the same
crap.
opinion on it because like Paddington's it's just not my cup of tea really. Like it's just I don't know. Like I don't get it. Like I mean I don't know if I'll ever watch anything after the first one, so I don't even know like what I would even vote for here because I just don't care either way. So it's probably the only time you're going to hear me vote for this. Paddington 2. I guess.
Hey guys, I gotta jet off, but thanks.
Sure, yeah.
Something my dad's here, so I gotta jet off.
Tell your dad what's up. We gotta hang.
Thanks again, Richie. Yeah.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me on. Eventually, I'll stay for the whole thing.
No, it's all good. These are long shows, so yeah, we'll see you.
All right, no worries, man. Catch you guys later.
Yeah. But I think the vote's for Paddington, right? Is that where we're at, or what is it?
Yes.
Okay.
4-2 for Paddington.
2. All right. Moving on. We have Whale Rider going up against Men in Black. It's a weird matchup. Just imagine that whale is like some kind of alien they're going after or something. But yeah. So, and I believe is it Chad first? I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you got?
Yeah. Actually, well, I've never seen Whale Rider, but I know that like it has, I think, like a really great like child performance in it. Like that was like Oscar worthy. And I really want to watch it, but it just hasn't been one that's come up that I've been able to just check out or like, said like, hey, let's watch that. But I need to soon. But yeah, Men in Black is a classic. So I'm going to go with that one. It's not directed by Tim Burton, but it kind of feels like it was, but it's Barry Sonnenfeld, scored by Danny Elfman. That's a classic film. I mean, Rush Hour had a really good combo with the 2 with a bunch of chemistry. This is another one that, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones have like so much chemistry. And, I just love like so many of the scenes, with Will Smith going through the training and shooting the little girl or whatever. And it's like, why'd you do that? And him explaining that. And stuff like that was really funny. It's just a really fun, charming alien movie, and it's just really fun. Men in Black. Yeah, and if you've ever been to Universal, that Men in Black ride's fun to just do the little training stuff and shoot and everything. Yeah, but Carrie, what do you think?
I'm also going to go with Men in Black. I actually haven't heard of Whale Rider, but I think that's pretty cool that there's a movie on Jordan's top 128 that I haven't heard of. So would be interested to check it out. Yeah, bring some recognition to it. Yeah, but Jacob, what do you think?
Men in Black. Haven't seen Whale Rider.
Yeah. Jordan.
Well, first, check out Whale Rider. Beautiful, kind of coming of age. Also about like society and how you kind of what you're growing into. It's a New Zealand flick, so I know some of my New Zealand friends out there have seen it. But yeah, it's that one I would go back to a lot. So I've definitely seen Men in Black, umpteen times more because it's a more fun one. So it's hard. Again, another hard one to choose from. Well, just because no one else has seen it, I'll go Whale Rider.
Yeah, sure.
And to throw it out there, Keisha Castle Hughes.
Yes.
She was nominated for Best Actress, but lost to Charlize Theron for Monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she's great in it. I don't really know if it was up to her or why she didn't like pop more because she's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have heard of Whale Rider. I just haven't seen it, but I do see this directed by Nikki Caro, who does one of my favorite underrated sports movies with McFarlane USA. So if you haven't seen that, like it's about cross country runners. My whole entire family, we all ran cross country. So yeah, that movie was good. But but I haven't seen Well Riders. But yeah, Men in Black, the original, it is a classic. Yeah, especially like I always love to like quote the Vincent D'Onofrio thing, where he's like, "I need sugar in water."
Yeah.
There, like, is that better? And he like pulled his skin back and stuff. Like, Edgar, your skin is hanging off your bones.
And then she
yeah.
faints.
yeah. So it's a fun time. Yeah. So this is LAPD, meaning I will knock your punk ass down. yeah. So yeah, Men in Black all the way. Yeah. So I think it'll be Men in Black. Moving on, because no one's seen Well Rider, but now we got some attention to it, so we can try and check it out. Yeah. JPO has, yeah. But that'll be the end of the first round. So now we can kind of speed through it because we already got to talk about them. So we can do like 10 seconds or less to just fly through the next couple of rounds, and we'll get to a winner here, and we'll see which ones are going to end up in the championship. So I believe the winners of this next round will be the ones that'll be in the championship episode. So
yep.
So choose
wisely.
Down for you again. All right, cool. I appreciate it. So we got 1917 up against Serenity now. So, and I believe Carrie, you're up first.
Oh, okay. This is really tough, actually. I really love both of these films. I think I'm going to give it to 1917 just because I think it is one of the best war movies ever, and just how it is shot is so beautiful and unique.
Yeah. Agreed. Jacob.
1917.
Yeah. JPO, are you there? Okay, cool.
I'm here. I'm going to continue the trend. I'm going to say 1917.
Yeah. I think I'm also going to go 1917. So, Chad.
Yeah, as much as I love like Joss Whedon, like Firefly style projects like Serenity, yeah, 1917 is one of my favorite movies. So yeah, that one.
Yeah, so 1917. Moving on to the championship. We have Gone Girl up against Inglourious Bastards. Ugh. These matches only get tougher. So Jacob, you're first.
Gone Girl.
You haven't seen Inglourious Bastards yet since the last round. Yeah. Jordan.
We'd almost watch like Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. That's how long these shows are. Gone Girl.
They're long. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably go Gone Girl just by a sliver. Chad.
Yeah, this is easily Inglourious Bastards to me. It's just like almost a perfect movie. As much as I like Gone Girl, it's not comparable for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Carrie?
Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. Well, even with that, we only have 5 of us now, so I think Gone Girl is in advance. So maybe if Jacob had seen it, but it's all good. We don't mind that you haven't seen movies. We don't mind. We got Groundhog's Day up against Princess Bride. So, and it's me first this time. Ooh, this one's kind of. Oh yeah. Okay, JPO. Sorry. Go for it.
It's like I'm repeating myself. Groundhog Day. Get it? Because the movie. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's tough, but I find myself going back to Princess Bride a lot more, so I'll go Princess Bride. Chad?
I got you, babe. It's Groundhog Day all the way.
Yep. On Carrie?
Princess Bride all the way.
Let's go. Jacob, what's it going to be?
Princess Bride.
Ooh, all right. Princess Bride it is. Let's see. And up next we have The Lion King up against Home Alone. All right. And now it's me first. And this one's kind of tough, but I mean, like normally I'd vote for The Lion King up against like most other movies, but Home Alone is just one of my favorites. Like not only for a Christmas movie, but just an overall movie. I'll watch this movie like not even at Christmas time, like in the middle of the summer or just whenever. So yeah, Home Alone. Chad?
This is very tough. These are two very nostalgic movies for me that I adore. Home Alone.
Yeah. Carrie?
Lion King.
All right. Jacob?
Lion King.
Yeah. Ooh. You get the tiebreaker, Jordan.
Justice for Jojo Rabbit, Lion King.
Ooh. All right. Lion King it is, which is fine. I'm not mad about it. We have Two Towers up against Billy Madison. That's a weird matchup. Right. And Chad, you're up first.
Oh, Billy Madison all the way. I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. It's probably the better movie, but Billy Madison is way more rewatchable for me. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. Carrie?
I'm also going to go Billy Madison.
Ooh, all right. Jacob.
Two Towers.
Yeah, figured. Jordan?
Ashabadu, Ahadu, Ayadu. Billy Madison.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Rayo.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daddy.
Sorry, Daddy. Yeah. Man, this is tough because Billy Madison is my favorite Adam Sandler comedy, and it ranks pretty high on my list. But Two Towers is my favorite of the Lord of the Rings, and it ranks even higher. It's in my top 10 movies ever made. So I got to go with Two Towers. So I think it's a tie, right?
No, it's
That's
3-2
not
for
possible
Billy
with
Madison.
mine,
Oh, for Billy Madison. All right. Billy Madison moving on. Back
With
to
this
school.
panel, it does.
To prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. Yeah, with this panel. It's a good thing we don't have Malcolm on here because he would like freak out at that one. Yeah, but yeah, right. You'd be flipping tables.
No.
Yeah, but Eternal Sunshine versus Scream. Ooh, is it gonna make it into the championship? See, I believe that it is Carrie first. Scream. Okay. Jacob.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Jordan.
I don't think it's gonna win, but I still got to stick with it. As much as I hate voting against Scream, it's not something I do a lot, but I got to go Eternal Sunshine.
Well, you know what? Like, even though I'm not a huge fan of Eternal Sunshine, it is good, and I want to give it another rewatch to just see it if I'll appreciate it more. Maybe.
So Jordan, I always tell people, first viewing is great, second, third, seventh. Seventh is the sweet spot. Your 13th viewing is pretty good. 22nd was great as well.
Yeah, right. well, just because it's your episode and it's your favorite, I'll throw you a bone. I'll vote for Eternal Sunshine. Why not? So to Chad.
Not much beats Scream for me. Scream.
Yeah, but it'll be Eternal Sunshine. Moving on. So just because I want to see how it stacks up against like some of the other movies in the championship, it might not be as easy going in the championship. We'll see. But we have Deadpool up against Marriage Story.
Making it hard. So,
yeah, and Jordan, you're first.
I think Jacob's first.
Oh yeah, Jacob. Sorry. Yeah. Go for it.
Marriage Story.
Yeah. Jordan.
That was the other part of the drinking game I forgot to mention. When he calls me Jacob or Jacob Jordan, you also got to drink that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, again, what a weird fight here. Deadpool.
Yeah. Well, I think that time I really wasn't mixing up the names. I really thought Jordan, you were first, but yeah. Yeah, this one's tough. Oh man, because like Marriage Story, like as far as like a straight like drama, it's like one of the best of the last like few years for me. But I mean, I have so much love for Deadpool. I got to go Deadpool. Chad.
Two great movies, but I'm going Marriage Story.
Ooh, all right. Well, Carrie.
Deadpool.
Ooh, so is it Deadpool?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Deadpool it is. All right. Cool. Then we have The Wedding Singer up against Wayne's World. Ooh. It's a good comedy battle. Jordan, you're first.
Oh man, two of my favorites, Sandler and Myers, battling it out here. Which is funny. I think they had a bet during Big Daddy and Austin Powers 2 who would make more money, like between them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got such a love for both, but this is definitely one where I'm like, okay, what am I going to more? I'm going to Wedding Singer just a little bit more. I'm going to say Wedding Singer.
Well, I mean, The Wedding Singer will make me laugh. It'll make me cry, but it will not make me hurl. So I got to go with Wayne's World.
Wait, why would you want to hurl? Never mind.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that should be a plus, actually.
It says it on the poster, so
I
I
mean,
don't know. But
it'll make you hurl. See this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
For me, it's Wedding Singer easily.
Yeah.
I love Wayne's World though.
Yeah. Carrie?
Also The Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Jacob?
Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Wedding Singer. All right. Moving on. All right. That's the end of that side. So we got half of our 16 in there. We'll see what else makes it. We got Fight Club going up against Ray. So, and it'll be Chad, right? Is that where we're at? Yeah.
Is it me? Okay.
Yeah.
Fight Club's probably gonna win, but I'm gonna vote Ray.
Yeah. Carrie?
Fight Club.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'll show some love to Ray as well.
Yeah. Jordan?
Not a lot of people know this, but the 14th rule of Fight Club is you got to vote for Fight Club in tournament fights. Fight Club.
Yep. You have to. I'm not going to break any rules, so I'll go with Fight Club.
I mean, we already broke rules talking about it, so
yeah.
It's funny that the 14th rule is one you guys are going to follow.
Jordan's going to be mad.
Yep. We got the rundown going up against Iron Man. Carrie, you're up first. Yeah. Jacob.
Iron Man.
Yep. Jordan.
No, the rundown. No, Iron Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what Iron Man's theme song is, but I'll vote for Iron Man.
Is that an Iron Man?
Yeah.
Also Back in Black, I think, actually.
Yeah, it's probably like an AC/DC song, yeah. But Chad?
Did you vote? Oh, you said Iron Man.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be funny if we all said the rundown and said like easily the rundown? Come on now.
Yeah.
Iron Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the theme song's I am Iron Man. Right? It's gotta be it. But we got the wrestler up against Hacksaw Ridge. And Jacob, you're first.
Familiar.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Ooh. Jordan?
Why do we got to keep sending the wrestler into war, man? The wrestlers had a rough time with this bracket.
Right.
I'm going to say the wrestler.
Man, yeah. I think I just got to edge it out to Hacksaw Ridge, but it's close. But Hacksaw,
yeah. Hacksaw Ridge for me as well.
Yeah. Carrie?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah. Hacksaw Ridge. Whether or not you like Mel Gibson, that movie was good. Goodfellas going up against Logan. All right. Jordan, you're first.
Snick, Logan.
Yeah. Well, you know me. It's got to be Logan all day, every day. So Logan.
Same Logan.
Chad?
Logan.
Yeah. Carrie?
Logan.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'll show some love to Goodfellas.
Yeah, sure. Why not? But it'll be Logan moving on. I mean, JP will go a battle of our two favorite movies in the championship, maybe. We have The Wolf of Wall Street run up against Casablanca. So, and it's me first. And I already kind of made it known that I thought Casablanca was like kind of boring. It was just fine, but so I got to go Wolf of Wall Street.
I voted for Casablanca against the likes of Con Air, but I think The Wolf of Wall Street is another fantastic movie that I will move along over Casablanca.
Yeah, sounds good. Carrie?
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Jacob?
Casablanca.
All right, yeah. And Jordan?
I just had a weird thought of transporting someone that saw Casablanca automatically into the theater of Wolf of Wall Street and just having them go, "What happened to cinema?"
Yeah, right.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to vote for a character that's named Jordan. You got to do it, all right?
You know what, Casablanca.
His name's Jordan. Yeah, yeah. Nope, not gonna do it. Yeah. We got Thor Ragnarok up against Kill Bill.
Okay.
And it's Chad first.
Kill Bill.
Yeah. Carrie?
It's hard for her.
Yeah. It's tough.
Ragnarok.
I knew you were doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. Jordan.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give some love to Kill Bill, sure, but it'll be Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Just because, that matchup was literally a coin toss, so I just went with the one that wasn't going to make it. We got Inception versus Remember the Titans. All right. Carrie, you'll be first.
Inception.
Yeah. Jacob?
Remember the Titans.
Jordan?
We'll go Remember the Titans.
Interesting. Man, I think I gotta go Remember the Titans, yeah. Chad?
You guys are fucking nuts. Inception.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I love it.
It's a tournament fight where we can be nuts, right? Come on. I think that's the last. No, we got one more. Okay. Paddington 2 versus Men in Black. All right, so Jacob, you're first.
Paddington 2.
Yeah. Jordan?
Men in Black.
Yeah, I mean, look how cute Tommy Lee Jones looks right there. He's so adorable, right? Gotta go Men in Black, right? Yeah.
This is not hard for me. Paddington 2, easily.
Yeah. On Carrie?
Paddington 2.
Yeah. Well, I guess it'll be Paddington.
No, Paddington 2.
That's that. Yeah. Yep, that'll be the end of that round. So we have the Sweet 16. So now just kind of vote for fun to see what maybe some of the favorites would be in the tournament. We'll get to a winner here. And if Jordan wants to watch whichever one wins, we'll give him the choice. You have to watch whatever wins your championship. But for this, it's
no, we won't do your championship until you watch whatever one wins this.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
It depends on what wins. As long as I haven't seen it last week.
So now you have to watch it. I forgot. I'm recommending.
I probably will. I'm sure I have no problem doing that, most likely.
But yeah, 1917 versus Gone Girl. And it is Jordan first. Yeah.
That is me.
1917 versus Gone Girl.
Sorry, Ben. 1917.
Yeah. This is hard, but yeah, I think I gotta go 1917.
1917.
Chad? Yeah. And Carrie?
1917.
Yeah. And Jacob?
I would have gone Girl.
Yeah. Well, it'll be 1917. We got The Princess Bride up against The Lion King. And it's me first. I think this time I gotta go with The Lion King. Yeah. On Chad?
Lion King.
Yeah. Carrie?
The Lion King.
Yeah. Jacob?
Lion King.
Yeah. And Jordan?
I'll go Princess Bride.
Ooh, all right.
White vote.
Get a little love for it, but it'd be Lion King.
Very close.
Yeah. We got Billy Madison that beat Lord of the Rings. Going up against Eternal Sunshine. Now what's it going to be? Yeah. So, and we Chad first.
Oh, Billy Madison. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Carrie?
Billy Madison.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Jacob?
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Jordan?
I can't believe it's gonna lose to Billy Madison.
Yeah, because I got to vote for Billy Madison. That is correct. Billy Madison.
Jacob, I should have sided with you. I know this is gonna happen.
With the classic Chris Farley, anything with Chris Farley, like you can't go wrong. All right.
Who would steal 30?
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure.
Doesn't he end up with the penguin?
Your whole family.
Who ends up with the penguin?
He ends up with the penguin, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the penguin making out at the end. Yeah. But Deadpool versus the Wedding Singer, which I wouldn't mind seeing a weird crossover with these two. It'll be Carrie first.
Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Jacob?
Deadpool.
Yeah. Jordan?
Ooh, Deadpool.
Yeah. It's funny. I try to predict in my own head what you guys are gonna say, and you've been surprising me a lot tonight. But yeah, I'll go with Deadpool.
Easily Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, it'll be Deadpool.
Yeah.
Moving on. All right. All right. So that's the end of that one. Let's see what we got here. We got Fight Club up against Iron Man. And let's see. Jacob, you're first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to remember who's
Fight
first.
Club.
Yeah. Jordan?
Iron Man.
Oh, this one's tough. Yeah, I think I gotta go Fight Club. Yeah. Chad?
Iron Man.
Yeah. Carrie?
Iron Man.
Yeah. All right. So Iron Man it is. All right. Then we got Hacksaw Ridge up against Logan. All right. So Jordan, you're first.
Logan.
Yep, it's got to be Logan. Chad?
Logan.
Yeah. Carrie?
Logan.
Yeah. Jacob?
I would have went Hacksaw Ridge.
Ooh, all right. So, but Logan moving on. Let's see. We got The Wolf of Wall Street up against Thor Ragnarok. Okay. It's me first. Oh, man. Wish I had a little more time to think about this one. You know what? I just think that if you put these two in front of me, I'd probably watch Wolf of Wall Street, and surprisingly, I surprised myself even. I'd have a little more fun with Wolf of Wall Street. So, yeah. Chad?
I'll go Ragnarok here.
Yeah. Carrie?
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Jacob?
Ragnarok.
Yeah. And Jordan?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Ooh, all right. Well, 3-2, but Wolf of Wall Street. Sorry, Thor Ragnarok. I said the wrong one, but I moved the right one. I moved the correct one. All right. We got Remember the Titans up against Paddington 2. All right. So Chad, you're up.
This is not close. Paddington 2.
Carrie?
Paddington 2.
Jacob?
Paddington 2.
Jordan?
I'm gonna vote for what Nicolas Cage would vote for. Paddington 2.
Yeah, I still don't get the love for that bear, so I'll say Remember the Titans, but it'll be Paddington. Let's see. All right, so that's the end of that one. We're down to our final 8, I believe. So zoom it out. We got 1917, Prince of Lion King. There we go. All right, so the me. That's not me. I think it's who's up first. Anyone remember?
Me.
Track of it. It's you. Okay. Yeah, Jacob. Okay. Go for it. Who's ever first? Jacob, you go first.
Lion King.
Jordan.
1917.
Yeah. I would go 1917. Chad?
Lion King.
Yeah. And Carrie?
Lion King.
Ooh, all right. So
That's how much I love
Lion
Lion
King. All right. We got Billy Madison up against Deadpool. All right. Jordan.
Billy Madison.
Yeah. I gotta go with Billy Madison. Yeah. That's nice. Billy Madison. All right.
Nice. Yeah, Billy Madison.
With a new quote every time. Yeah. Yep. Carrie?
Billy Madison.
You got a misshaped head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jacob?
Deadpool.
Yeah. Jordan?
I said Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went first. So, Billy Madison? Yeah. All right. I'm making the final four. We got
It's
the right
gonna
group
lose
for
like at some point, like Doyle will.
Yeah. Where his whole family goes off a cliff. Yeah.
Their whole family's going down. Now I got to stop.
Yeah. We got Iron Man versus Logan. And I think it's me first this time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I got to go Logan. Yeah. I know I thought about it for a second. Yeah. Carrie?
Logan.
Yeah. Jacob?
Logan.
Yeah. And Jordan?
Logan.
Yep. Logan it is. All right. All right. We got Thor Ragnarok versus Paddington 2. Chad?
This is easy for me. Paddington 2.
Easy. Come on. Carrie?
Paddington 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Jacob?
Paddington 2.
Wow. Jordan?
I think you're going to be the only outlier, Jordan. Paddington 2.
Oh, man. Paddington 2 over Thor Ragnarok?
So good.
Break. Thor Ragnarok all day. But
you haven't seen
right.
Paddington 2, right? You said just the first one.
No, I've seen Paddington 1, and I was like,
2
not
is
really that thrilled by it. Yeah. Maybe I need to watch it and see if it just blows me away with charm. I don't know.
It's got Mad Eye Moody in it. He's delightful.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Mad Eye Moody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll check it out someday. We'll see. But we got the Lion King versus Billy Madison, and it's Chad.
Billy Madison.
Yeah. Carrie?
The Lion King.
Were you surprised?
No.
Yeah.
I know.
Jacob?
Lion King.
And Jordan?
Come on, Jordan. Let's do this. Billy Madison.
Yeah. Billy Madison. Have some more sloppy joes. I made them extra sloppies for you. I don't know how you kids like
You're scaring us, lady.
Yeah, you're scaring us. Yeah. In the championship. Let's
George.
go. Yeah, right. Yeah, so Logan versus Paddington. Gee, do you think I'll vote for Paddington? Carrie. You're up.
Paddington 2.
Jacob?
Paddington 2.
Jordan?
The Bears moving on. Paddington 2.
Against Logan? Are you kidding me? No. Logan. Chad?
This is not close. Paddington 2.
Not close.
No. Paddington 2 is like the best movie ever made. Dude.
That's the wrong
Not
movie.
close because Logan's like
Paddington
a million bajillion
I
gazillion
think you're
times.
moving the
better.
wrong one.
That's the wrong movie. It was
sorry.
4-1 for Paddington 2.
Put it back. You put it
Sorry,
back.
I was on autopilot. Sorry. Yeah.
You were. You're like automatically
Yeah,
Logan.
I'm like, yeah. Automatically Logan every time, no matter what. Yeah. But all right. Well, you've been going for Billy Madison all day. Is it you're gonna keep doing it for the championship, or are you gonna let down your boy Adam Sandler? It's Jacob first. So what you got?
Paddington 2.
Would have been funny if all of a sudden you're like, you know what? You guys won.
Yeah. You know
That
what?
would be funny. What if he found his ladder right after that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, just totally changed it, like his opinions on it. Yeah. Jordan?
Paddington 2.
All right. Billy Madison. Come on, Chad. You're the Billy Madison.
This is actually really fucking hard.
This is Sophie's choice for him.
I love both of these movies so much. I'm still gonna go with my heart and my original love, Billy Madison.
Ooh, and then Carrie, you love your husband so much that you want to just vote for his favorite movies, right?
Look at that bear, Carrie.
Come on.
I'm gonna vote Paddington 2.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'll tell Austin. I'll see what he thinks about this damn bear winning the whole thing, because like that's what he calls it every time. That damn bear again.
If he was here, this might have been a whole different game, because both of you would have voted against it. Like,
because that was so hard, though, I can't be mad at either of those winning. I love both movies so much.
I love my final two. I don't know if there's ever been a tournament fight with those. I don't think we'll ever see a tournament fight where those two were the final two.
No,
again.
I don't think so ever.
You
Just depends on the group. Yeah, the group and the randomizer, the random matches. So yeah, Paddington 2. I'll still give it a round of applause. Yeah,
I'll totally rewatch it.
Yeah,
I love every minute of it.
Yeah, so right about the new rule, we won't do your championship till you watch it, and once you watched it, we'll do it. So yeah, so you can have it. So take all the time you want, but when you watch it, we'll do your championship. So yeah, it was a fun time, guys. Thanks for hanging in there. So that will do it for us for tonight. So we'll just go around and we'll do some quick plugs and we'll get out of here. So we'll start with Chad. Where can we find you?
I mentioned it a lot. Go visit the Dill Pickle Movie Network. We do Picture This over there every month. We do a year of Oscars. So we look at the best pictures. Last month we did 1991 for one of the greatest horror films ever made, The Silence of the Lambs. And then this month we're doing 2009 in honor of Avatar, the sequel for Avatar coming out. We are revisiting Avatar, and that actually just got a re-release and stuff. We're watching all those movies. It's a great time. We talk about the Oscar ceremony, the movies themselves. We rank them. We talk about actors and actresses from that year. Also check out the Nerd Entertainment Network. Carrie and I do a podcast or a show over there with Hunter Chambliss called Welcome to Prime Time. That's really fun. We talk about horror. We talk about Buffy. In fact, pretty soon we're on to season 4. Like ranking these episodes and talking about them, and it's really fun. Hunter's watching it for the first time. And then check out my channel, Chadwick Webb, where we also rank things because I just love ranking stuff. And we did a lot of like Edgar Wright, Christmas, Harry Potter, all 3 phases of MCU. We're doing phase 4 soon. And then we did a lot of horror ones like Scream, Evil Dead, what's the other one I'm forgetting? Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween. And Jordan GPO was on the Halloween episode, and it was really fun. So yeah, check that out. Yep, this was fun. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Carrie, where can we find you?
Chad already did my plugs, but thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. And Jacob, where can we find you?
I'm around.
Yeah. You're here. You're gonna be on like more episodes next week too. So well, at least one. Yeah. But and JPO, where can we find you?
Yes, popping up on here from time to time. Always a pleasure popping up on here, having fun with that. You can also find me over at the Pierce Co. doing some movie trivia. Find me over at Pierce Wrestling, doing some wrestling trivia, exclusive matches, interviews, countdowns over on the movie one, doing all kinds of stuff there. So if you like wrestling or movies, follow those 2 channels.
Yeah. I'm always watching for your trivia stuff because I feel like you're doing one almost damn near every night now, almost. so yeah. So
I've had people volunteer to do guest hosting and stuff. I'm like,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
They had like 3 or 4 this week because I had the tournament going. Chad was part of the tournament here. So yeah, we're doing that too.
They're fun, yeah. So yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, I'll have to watch out for the next tournament. I was a little late for the signups. Maybe I'll sign up next time you ever do one. So But
it probably won't be that long. I probably will start it early 2023. Start earlier this time, so
nice.
It won't be that long actually.
I'll watch for that. Yeah. But yeah, you can find us all over the social medias at Movie Hero 2121. We also have an email if you ever have any like longer list of suggestions or anything that you want to send to me. It's just moviehero2121@gmail.com. You can find us in the Showdown Friends and Family group over on Facebook. That's probably where we're the most active, and we're not going to have a poll for the Elite Eight like we usually do. We'll wait for the championship and we'll do it then. But and then let's see what else we have going on. I'm getting back into some Snack Hero stuff where I try all kinds of crazy, wild, off the wall, bizarro snacks and different flavors of things. I just put up a promo that's actually active on the channel now, where I did the whole spread of all the snacks that I currently have, and it covered my whole entire countertop of like way too many snacks. Where like I got to be careful. I don't want to like gain 20 pounds and have a heart attack. So I'm eating them very sparingly, I'll have a few bites and then share with people, So, and then we do have a Patreon. I won't get into all of it, but if you go onto the Patreon, a lot of exclusive stuff, exclusive episodes. Just go to patreon.com/moviehero, and we really appreciate the support because we put all the money just right back into the channel. So, and then a little preview of what we have coming up for tournament fights and tier ranker. We have next week we'll be doing a whole series about the best movies of 2018. We'll be doing a 3-part series. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with the championship. But we're gonna have some fun guests because we got a cool Schmodown lineup for Monday. We're gonna have Paula Preston, we're gonna have Chance Ellison, and then Moose Haas on there. So that should be a fun one. And then Chance, he originally agreed to do all 3. He forgot about his own show that he does Tuesday night, so he can't do Tuesday, but he'll be back for the championship. So yeah.
But you've got something very special on Tuesday, so you're good.
Oh yeah. for Tuesday we got Jacob here, so yeah,
and someone else that's even more special.
JPO. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, right. But yeah, and then we also have let's see, for Friday, the next Friday after, we're doing our movie franchise championship episode. So we did part 1 and part 2 of movie franchises that have 3 or more in the series. So we're finally getting to our championship for that one. We also will be doing Richie's top 128. He's not here. He had to leave, but we're doing that at the end of the month. And then for our Thanksgiving episode, we'll be doing movies with awkward family scenes. So just like awkward dinners. You'll have like your like Nutty Professor, Christmas Vacation, Meet the Parents, all that kind of stuff, and then just awkward scenes where like they bring the like boyfriend or girlfriend home to meet the parents, all that kind of stuff. So, and then we also will be getting to Brian Nussbaum's top 128 championship. We just did his part 2 yesterday, so we're gonna be getting to his championship. And then also for Richie and for JPO, we'll be doing their part 2 in early December. So you got until December 6th to watch Paddington 2, JPO. So
no problem.
Gotta watch it. But yeah, so that's a little preview. Oh, we also have an episode. It's gonna be best Christmas characters too, coming up for our Christmas thing. Just to throw that out there. So, but yeah, and also one last thing that I just remembered is that we do have some exclusive Patreon episodes. So at the end of November, we're going to be doing. It's actually going to be. I want to put the actual date for it. We're going to be doing it on Monday, November 21st. We're going to be doing best wrestling intro music, which it'll be on the Patreon. So there's no copyrights over there, so we can play all the songs. We're going to be doing a tournament where we can play the music on there. So that'll be fun to do that. So yeah, but thanks again, guys, for joining us for this episode. It's a fun time. And you know that you're all welcome back anytime. Just hit me up if you ever want to come back. Or if you have any ideas for like any tournaments, we're always up for suggestions, you know. So yeah, but I think that will do it. So for Chad, for Carrie, for Jacob, for Jordan, for Richie, I've been the other Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll see you next time.